following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening and welcome to Ottawa High School tonight, where the Baldwin Bulldogs are on the road to take on the Ottawa Cyclones here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. No Ryan Hilmer tonight, so it's just all you and me here on the broadcast this evening. Caden Carbajo will be along shortly on the camera for us tonight. And little hoops action on a Friday night. It's been a week since the Bulldogs were on the floor. They were on the road at Royal Valley last time out a week ago, and it was a good night for the boys and the girls for Baldwin. The girls picking up a 49-36 win. The boys also victorious. We'll touch more on that when we get you set for the boys game coming up in the back half of our doubleheader here tonight. But for the girls, that 13-point win, their third straight victory, now 11-6 on the season, and they look to keep things rolling and keep this little road swing going with the Ottawa Cyclones, who are now fresh off a 10th win. They've won 5 of their last 7 in their first 10-win season since the 2014-2015 season. A rematch from back in early January on January 10th. Baldwin winning that game 49-41, and we'll see if they can sweep the season series with the Cyclones here tonight and do it on the road and pick up win number 12. So it's Baldwin and Ottawa coming up. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Plenty more to come right after this on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank at the Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. We're getting set for the Bulldogs to take on the Cyclones on the road here tonight. Game number 18 of the season. Just 2 more to go next week. A visit to Jefferson West and a home date with the Bonner Springs Braves a week from tonight. And that will wrap up the regular season this year for the Bulldogs. And for the girls, they look to continue to build momentum towards that postseason. They have won 3 games in a row, now 11-6 overall with a 49-36 win at Royal Valley this past Friday night. They trailed by 5 late in the second quarter before going on an 11-0 run to end the half. They took the lead going into the half, and they never gave it back. Carly Neufeld was big for the Bulldogs with 22 points, and they had a massive advantage at the free throw line in that game. Baldwin shot 17 of 28 at the line. Royal Valley was a whopping 0 for 2 at the free throw line. So a 17-point edge at the stripe in a 13-point victory for the Bulldogs. So now 11-6. They get the 10-7 Cyclones tonight, who have won 5 of their last 7. They have secured their first double-digit win season since the 2014-2015 season. So it's been a bit since the Cyclones have reached that 10-win mark, and now they've got 3 games left to try and build on that tonight against Baldwin. Next week on Tuesday at Tonganoxie, and then they finish out their regular season hosting Spring Hill next Friday night. The Cyclones are coming off of a victory as well on Tuesday night earlier this week. Baldwin, of course, didn't play Tuesday, but Ottawa did, and they defeated Paola here at home 47-33. Started that game really well. They led 25-8 in the second quarter. They struggled a bit in the third quarter, but then they opened it back up in the fourth by starting that fourth quarter on an 8-1 run. And although they didn't really run away with that game, again, they win by 14. It was comfortable throughout there. The result never really felt in question for Ottawa in that game. I actually called it for Paola. That's why I have a pretty good feel for how that game how that game went, I guess you could say. And Ottawa's coming in with some confidence now. 5 of 7 they have won, and of course they're led by Brooklyn Hadel, their senior guard. And we'll take a look more at that in a moment when the pregame show continues. But this is the second matchup of the year between these two teams. We'll take a look back at the first time they played. It was a good game back in Baldwin in early January. Bulldogs winners of that game, and we'll take a look back to see what we might want to replicate from that one, what we might want to change from that one as the Bulldogs try to sweep this season series with Ottawa. It's coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live. The Baldwin State Bank pregame show continues right after this.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show as the Baldwin Bulldogs get set to take on the Ottawa Cyclones here tonight. Second meeting this year between these two teams. Baldwin winners of the first matchup back on January 10th, a 49-41 win for Baldwin in that one. They never trailed the Bulldogs in that game. It was close throughout, but Baldwin never did trail in that 8-point victory. They had their big three all show up in that one well. 40 of the 49 points came from the Bulldogs' top three scorers, being Carly Neufeld, Marin Frost, and Alyssa Reichert. Neufeld had 21 in that victory over Ottawa. And again, 40 of the 49 came from that trio. And when they get all three of those girls scoring on any given night, it makes it awfully tough for opponents. So I imagine that's part of the game plan for the Cyclones tonight, is try and do their best to eliminate one, if not multiple, of those girls and I think they'll probably start with trying to take Carly Neufeld out of her game, but she is playing awfully well right now. She's coming off of a 22-point effort against Royal Valley. She has now scored double digits in 6 straight and is shooting 10 of 20 from beyond the arc in her last 3 games. So Neufeld is hot coming into this one. She played well against Ottawa the first time. We'll see if she can have another big game tonight for the Bulldogs and help lead them to a victory. Ottawa turned it over 19 times in that first matchup, so I imagine they're going to try and take care of the ball a little better this time around. Baldwin had 13 turnovers in that first matchup, but the other thing Ottawa didn't do is they didn't make a single 3-point shot, so that will be something we'll keep an eye on in this game. Brooklyn Hadel is a very good 3-point shooter, and the Bulldogs did an excellent job. They didn't let her make a 3. Now, she scored 18 points in that game against Baldwin, but did not hurt them from beyond the arc. A lot of her damage came at the free throw line, where Ottawa went 18 of 29. Baldwin shot 15 of 25. So a lot of free throws in that game, which isn't a big surprise. Both these teams like to play at a fast pace, and Ottawa especially very aggressive defensive teams. So wasn't a big shock to see a bunch of free throws taken in that game. We'll see if that plays out again here tonight. But the Bulldogs hoping to pick up win number 12 tonight and defeat the Cyclones for the second time this year. We'll take a look at our State Farm Insurance game plan for you when we come back here. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show on Baldwin Sports Live.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show as we get set for the Bulldogs and the Cyclones here tonight. It is time for our Codiano State Farm Insurance game plan for the Bulldogs. We'll start with flexing your muscles tonight. That's a must. Ottawa, an aggressive and physical team. Baldwin's going to have to be ready to match that energy tonight. They did a good job of that in the opening game. They held their own on the glass. They went right toe-to-toe with them as far as getting to the free throw line, playing aggressive defense. So flex your muscles tonight and then be the better transition team. Ottawa, like Baldwin, likes to get out and run. They like to turn you over and try to get some points out of that. So it goes both ways when we talk about the transition team. Not just get out and score in transition, but you've got to be good in transition defense in this game as well. You cannot take possessions off. You can't assume after a miss or even after a make that you can just jog back. Transition D, transition O, they're both going to be very important in this game tonight. Those are our keys to the game for the Bulldogs in our State Farm Insurance game plan, brought to you by your local State Farm agent, Codiano. Stop by, grab a cup of coffee, meet the team, and let the team meet you as well. Cody would love to get to know you so he can help craft a game plan for you to protect the people and things you value most, whether it's updating a current policy or looking to switch to something brand new. Go see Codiano at State Farm Insurance at 208 Baker Street in Baldwin or call 785-594-0270 online at codyismyagent.com. We'll take a timeout. That's going to do it for the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. And when we come back, it's the starting lineups and the opening tip here on Baldwin Sports Live.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Welcome back here to Ottawa High School. We are getting set for the opening tip of this ball game, which means it's time for tonight's starting lineups. The starting lineups are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look at those lineups for the Cyclones, Emery Keebaugh, 5'11 junior, Kennison Walters, a 5'7 senior, Joanna Jan, a 5'6 senior, Brooklyn Hadel is their star, a 5'8 senior, all-league guard, and Foster Nichols, a 5'8 junior, rounds out the lineup for the Cyclones, who are coached by Matt Sherman, Spencer Feldkamp, and Vicky Jan. And we are going to have a moment of silence here and a So a moment of silence there for Breast Cancer Awareness Night here in Ottawa as we continue our starting lineups. The other side you see for the Baldwin Bulldogs, Marin Frost, Carly Neufeld, Emma Kate Lang, Alyssa Reichert, and Bailey Smith. Neufeld, the top scorer at 14.5 points per game. Reichert leads the team at 6 rebounds a night. Bailey Smith is their assist leader at just over 2 per game. Reichert also leading the team in steals. Frost, second of the team in three-pointers and third of the team in scoring. And Emma Kate Lang, second leading rebounder on this team for the Bulldogs. They are coached by Eric Toot, Carolee, and Chad Scobie. Baldwin 11-6, Ottawa 10-7 coming in to this matchup tonight. And now it's time to take a look at the upcoming lineup at the Lumberyard Arts Center there. Coming up next week there, Tuesday and Wednesday, is the Baldwin High School Jazz Band performing at the Lumberyard Arts Center. 7 o'clock is when the doors open. Get your tickets at lumberyardartscenter.org. Get those tickets before they are gone. And also, the Baldwin Elementary and Intermediate Art Show is coming up beginning next week as well. The opening reception on Thursday, February 23rd. That gallery will be open through the middle of March. So take advantage of those opportunities and more. Find out more by going online to lumberyardartscenter.org. Baldwin, 3 wins in a row coming into tonight. Ottawa, they have won 5 of their last 7. These two teams played back on January 10th. Baldwin winning that game 49-41. They split their 2 matchups a year ago. The win last year for Ottawa was their first since 2015 over the Baldwin Bulldogs. So they ended that long drought. Now Baldwin hoping that a new streak will continue for the Bulldogs, but 1 down, 1 to go in that regard here tonight as they are on the road here to take on the Ottawa Cyclones. It is time for tonight's opening tip of this ball game. The opening tip is brought to you by the Baldwin City Recreation Commission. And BCRC wants you to join the team. They are now hiring for summer positions, looking for umpires, concession stand workers, soccer officials, lifeguards, summer camp counselors, park maintenance workers, and more opportunities. A great summer job. Stay active, give back to your community. You can apply online at baldwinrec.org. Tell them that Baldwin Sports Live crew sent you down and might get you some extra points. I mean, know a thing or two about the folks down there. So there you go. That is with the Baldwin City Recreation Commission, the opening tip. And before that opening tip, looks like they're going to have the Ottawa High School alma mater. So I would join in, but I don't know it. Caden, you want to sing with us here? They got the words up on the wall over there, so why don't you join in? And your vocal cords should be sharp. You've been screaming and yelling the last week for the Chiefs. So
yeah, I yelled quite a bit. It was glad that they could get it to win. You know?
Was Arizona a good time for you?
It was amazing. Yes,
I bet.
I had an awesome time there.
I bet. All right. Well, let's hope we have an awesome time here in Ottawa tonight as well. Probably not going to compete with the Super Bowl trip for you, but we'll see if it can at least provide some entertainment for us tonight. I have no doubt it will with these two teams, fast-paced, and should be some fun as we are underway, and it is Ottawa that controls tonight's opening tip. So the Cyclones at 10-7, the Bulldogs at 11-6. Hadel is their top player on the offensive end, number 21, and see, they can't get her the ball, and instead they throw it into the backcourt to turn it over. Ottawa had 19 turnovers in their first game against Baldwin this year. If they hit around that 20 number again, Baldwin probably likes their chances here tonight, especially the unforced ones like that turnover we just saw from them. So now Baldwin with the first crack on their offensive end. Frost in some trouble on the baseline, had it knocked out of her hands. Actually, they're going to say it went off of Marin then, so that is a turnover for the Bulldogs. So both teams open things up with a turnover tonight. Full court pressure from Baldwin. Two teams that like to play aggressive. I'd say Ottawa probably even a tick above Baldwin in terms of their aggressiveness. They both play fast, but Ottawa, they're not afraid to really get after you. And there is Foster Nichols inside for the first bucket of the game. She had 12 points on Tuesday night in the win against Paola. It was limited to just 6 points, 1 rebound against Baldwin, their first matchup. And Reichert able to get the answer right back for the Bulldogs. Reichert had a dozen against the Cyclones in their first matchup. And here's that transition piece we talked about. Even off makes, Baldwin's got to get back. Got to be the better transition team tonight. That's transition O and transition D. And there's an easy layup for the Cyclones as they beat the press and get back. So that's going to come, obviously, when you play the full court pressure. You're going to potentially give up some breaks in that, but see if Baldwin can limit those opportunities. Lang for the elbow. Back out to Smith, quickly up top to Frost. Lining up a three, off of the heel, and it's cleared by Ottawa. Knocked away by Reichert. Good effort in the backcourt there, and it's going to be Baldwin basketball. So Reichert takes out a chair on the bench, but the effort from Alyssa gets the ball back to the Bulldogs. Good job there by Alyssa Reichert, who is the team's steals leader. That won't officially go as a steal for her, but that deflection from Reichert creates a turnover. Lang out to set the high screen for Neufeld, coming off a 22-point game against Royal Valley, had 21 against Ottawa. One of her 5 20-point games this season. Emma Kate Lang will head to the free throw line for the Baldwin Bulldogs. That foul is on Keebaugh. 2 shots here for Lang. She is a 59% free throw shooter. Coming off of a really good game against Royal Valley, a career high 12 rebounds in the win out in Hoyt, Kansas on Friday night last week. Had 7 points to go along with those 12 career high 12 rebounds. 0 for 2 at the line here, and Keebaugh with the rebound for Ottawa. So 4-2 lead for Ottawa, and a blocking foul on Neufeld. A long way away from the bucket. Don't want to pick up too many of those. Her first, team's first. Walters off the side of the glass, but Kennison Walters gets back to it. Hadel is trapped. Ball comes free, and a foul after the steal by Riker. This will go against Ottawa, and I think it's on Keebaugh again. It is. So Emery Keebaugh just picked up her second. A big part of this rebounding attack for Ottawa. She now has 2 fouls, had 7 boards in the first matchup against Baldwin, but she's on the bench with 2. And in comes 5'9" senior Molly Atchley. 4-2 Ottawa lead. Reichert has the 1 bucket so far for Baldwin, but has this one knocked away from her. Pass behind John. She's able to control it, got it up, missed it. Walters on the putback. And Kinnison Walters already a pair of offensive rebounds and now a pair of buckets as well. 6-2 Ottawa. Smith has it knocked away, but Nichols was on the baseline, so Baldwin will keep possession here with 5:10 to play in the quarter. And now Baldwin has turned it over for a 3rd time. Hadel has not had a look yet. Inside, John underneath has it taken away by Frost. Eric Toot hollering out, go, 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 once his girls pushing the ball up here. Reichert from the corner. Strong with a 3, and it goes out of bounds to Ottawa. Baldwin will go to their bench for the first time. In comes freshman guard Chloe Neufeld. Averages 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists per game. She'll replace Bailey Smith. And those two are going to primarily be tasked with shutting down Brooklyn Hadel in this game. Smith did a great job in the opening 3.5 minutes so far. Hadel without an attempt. Now it's Chloe Neufeld who will be asked to make sure that life is rough on the offensive end for Hadel. Nichols, runner, gets up and drops in. But so far, even without their top scorer having an impact, the Cyclone offense out to a 6-point lead. Neufeld has been red hot from 3, but that one misses everything. Rebounded by Walters. Shooting 50% from beyond the arc over the last 3 games, 10 out of 20. Doesn't get that to drop, though. Baldwin just 1 bucket so far, down by 6 midway through the opening quarter. Here's Hadel for the first time, gets a shot up, and a scoop layup is in. 10-2 Ottawa. The Cyclones on an 8-0 run, and a timeout is taken by Baldwin with 3:52 left to play in this opening quarter. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bulldog basketball on Baldwin Sports Live.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
10-2 Ottawa with a 3:52 to play in the opening quarter. Bulldog basketball is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. We got the Bulldogs digging a hole early on in this game. Ottawa, despite just 1 real touch on the offensive end from their top scorer, Brooklyn Hadel, they are out to a 10-2 start in this game. Hadel was the scorer on their last bucket, though. And the Bulldogs see if they can come up with an answer on the offensive end. Just 1 field goal and 3 turnovers so far. Chloe Neufeld drives baseline, has it swatted out of bounds by Hadel. Carly Toot will check in for Baldwin, replaces Emma Kate Lang. Toot averaging 1.3 rebounds per game. Chloe to inbound. Gets it inside to Riker. Good look on the inbound play. And Alyssa has both of the buckets now for the Bulldogs off the assist by Neufeld. That ends the 8-0 run by Ottawa. But the Cyclones quickly coming right back at Baldwin. Hadel's runner misses. And now Neufeld comes the other way on the run. Chloe pulls it back away. Good decision. Didn't have the numbers. And Carly travels on the takeoff there, so that's the fourth Bulldog turnover of this opening quarter, and it gives it back to Ottawa with 3:19 to play in the period. Walters brings it up. Off to a good start tonight. 4 points, 4 rebounds already, or rather Nichols brings it up. That line was for Walters, but that was not her. Here is the rebound by Reichard. And Baldwin coming the other way. Down by 6. Reichard pulls up, banks it in. All 6 of the Bulldog points have come from Alyssa Reichard, who averages 9.5 per game. Well on her way to that number. She has scored double figures each of the last 2 for the Bulldogs. Coming off 16 against Paola and 12 against Royal Valley. Hadel gives it up to the corner to Ashley. 10-6 ball game with 2.5 to play in the quarter. Nichols trapped and travels. A run and jump by Frost forces the turnover. Marin will check out. Bailey Smith, the team's assist leader, back in. And Hiroshita checks in along with Dylan Nichols it was Marissa Richards who is into the game along with Peyton Hiroshita for Ottawa. Reichard, the last 2 trips down, has scored for Baldwin. She has all 6 for the Bulldogs. Swings it around to Carly Neufeld. Neufeld in the corner, open look. Toot did a good job sealing it off. Missed the 3 off the top of the backboard. Smith had it, but then it's ripped away by Richards. Good look there from Neufeld, who is 0 for 2 now to start this game. Hiroshita into the corner for Camden Evans, who has also recently checked into this game for Ottawa. Evans floats it back to Hiroshita, up with it off the front iron, and Reichard clears the rebound for Baldwin. Alyssa brings it up herself with 1:30 to go in the quarter. Reach in, and Hiroshita's called for the foul, her first, team's third. Lang and Frost back in for the Bulldogs. Kennison Walters comes back in for Ottawa. She's the player I was mentioning earlier. Good start tonight for Walters with 4 points and 4 rebounds. Already more than she had in both those categories against the Bulldogs the first time around. She had just 2 points, 3 rebounds in that game, but 4 and 4 already in the opening quarter. Lang working against Walters. Kicks it to the corner. Around it comes to Chloe Neufeld. Runner misses. Rebounded by Hadel. Middle of the floor for Evans. A minute and change left in the quarter. Ottawa jumped out to a 10-2 lead, but they've now gone 3 minutes without scoring. Ball's knocked free, and it's picked up by Frost. In rhythm the other way, lay-in by Marin Frost, and Baldwin is pulled within 2 here in the final minute of the quarter. 6 straight for the Bulldogs after that 8-0 run by Ottawa. Eric Toot took the timeout when that run hit 8-0, and they've not given up a point since, so certainly a good use of the timeout there, killing that run and getting the Bulldogs back into this game. Now Frost is going to get called for the hand check. It's her first and the team's second foul. Jan back in for Ottawa. She fires it out of the corner and connects. So Jan fresh back into the game after sitting for a couple of minutes, and she quickly sparks the Cyclones offense back up with a 3 to make it 13-8. Final 18 seconds of the quarter. Ottawa did not make a 3 against Baldwin in their first matchup this year, that 8-point loss back in January. Toot had it knocked away, got it back, knocked away again, and then she just handed the ball to Walters. I'm not sure what that was about. I don't know whether she thought she had heard a whistle or what happened there, but she just stopped and handed the ball to the Cyclones. Fortunately, nothing comes of that for Ottawa, and we've reached the end of the quarter. 13-8, Ottawa after 1 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
(13-8) Ottawa as we start the second quarter here tonight. Cyclones an 8-0 run in that first quarter. Baldwin answered with a 6-0 run, but a 3 by Joanna Jan ended the quarter with the Cyclones up 5. Neufeld misses from close. Nichols clears for Ottawa. Foster Nichols brings it up the floor for the Cyclones and runs over Reichert. Offensive foul is called as Foster Nichols picks up her first and the team's fourth. Alyssa Reichert off to a good start tonight with 6 points, a couple of rebounds, and nice defensive play there as Chloe Neufeld checks back into the game, replaces Emma Kate Lang. 6 from Reichert and 2 from Frost so far for the Bulldogs. Neufeld working out of the block now. They double down on her. Gets it back outside for Reichert, up top to Frost. Marin on the drive, scoops it up off the glass, but doesn't go. Jan the rebound. Middle of the floor, Evans. Reichert blocked it, and Alyssa comes up with it. Good play again on the defensive end by Alyssa Reichert. Neufeld, center of the floor, stops, pops, and drops it. Nice job there, Carly Neufeld. Not going into the body and creating a potential charge situation there. Just pulls up, knocks down the mid-range, and Baldwin is within 3 here with 6:51 to go in the first half. Richards skips it up top to Walters. Gives it to Nichols, who drives, shoots, misses. Neufeld the rebound. Baldwin off and running, and Walters commits the foul in the backcourt. And that is now 5 team fouls on Ottawa. Both these teams shot a bunch of free throws in their first matchup. The two sides combined for, 54 free throws in the first matchup. 29 from Ottawa and 25 from Baldwin, so we'll see if we hit that number again tonight. Not necessarily on that pace yet, but both teams very aggressive. Reichert misses that shot on the bank attempt. Walters with another rebound. Already 5 of them in this game for Ottawa. Hadel yet to really get going on this end. Just 1 bucket so far. She'll head to the free throw line as she gets tripped up. Bailey Smith will be charged with the foul. It's the Bulldogs' 3rd team foul and the first on Smith. So 2 shots here for Hadel. Excellent free throw shooter. Had 18 points against the Bulldogs in their first matchup, with the majority of that damage coming at the free throw line. Had 21 points on Tuesday night in the win against Paola. Dylan Nichols, a 6-foot freshman, checks in for Ottawa, replacing Richards. One of 2 for Hadel. And the Bulldogs will take over possession, trailing 14-10 with 6:03 to go in the half. Smith gets the angle, and that ball ends up on the back side of the backboard, out of bounds to Ottawa. Nichols charging into the forecourt, down to Nichols, back out to Nichols. Foster and Dylan Nichols both in the game right now for Ottawa. Ball knocked free by Chloe Neufeld, and it's another Ottawa turnover. Their 7th of this first half. Neufeld lines it up from the wing. Still yet to knock a shot down in this one from the three-point line. Now 0 for 3. Dylan Nichols clears it for Ottawa. Good job, Bailey Smith denying Hadel. They do eventually get it to her, but just making her have to work harder to get the ball, take some of that energy out of the legs, maybe make some of those shots come up short later on in the game. Lang peels away the rebound, and here comes Baldwin down by 4 with 5 to go in the half. Smith on the wing right side. Quickly around to Neufeld in the corner. And that ball is knocked out by Hadel. Reichard will come back in for Baldwin. 6 points to lead the way tonight for the Baldwin offense. Trying to bounce that one into Lang, and it ends up out of bounds off of Baldwin. So both teams now have committed 7 first half turnovers. Ottawa has led throughout. Only time they didn't lead was when the game was tied at 2, and now they commit another turnover. Baldwin never trailed in the first matchup between these two teams. They have never led so far tonight with 4.5 to play in the second quarter. 49-41 win for Baldwin when they met back on January 10th. Two teams split last year in their 2 matchups. Smith's long 2 misses. Long on that shot attempt. Jan the rebound for Ottawa. Pushing it up into the front court. Nichols hands it off to Hadel. Just 3 points so far from Hadel. Nichols off the glass and a foul on the Bulldogs. And that is on Reichard. Her first, team's 4th. And Foster Nichols will go to the line for 2 shots. 4 points and a rebound so far for Nichols. Marin Frost checks back in for Baldwin. A couple of points tonight, averaging 7.5 per game this year. Richards returns for Ottawa. She replaces Walters. Both free throws from Walters good. The lead back to 6 for Ottawa. Frost trying to cut it in half, and does. So Marin Frost now with 5. And it's 16-13. Both teams have hit a 3-pointer apiece so far. Baldwin made 4 to Ottawa's 0 in their first matchup. Riker with another steal leads this team at 2.7 steals per game, but doesn't get the layup to go. Offensive board by Lang. Neufeld for the tie off the heel and rebounded by Richards for Ottawa. Cyclones holding out of their 3-point lead as we near the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Hadel is doubled, knocked away, goes out of bounds. It stays with Ottawa. Jan to inbound for Ottawa. Corner Hadel has it blocked by Neufeld. Chloe comes up with it for a moment. Now it's free again. A tie-up, and it will stay with Ottawa. Hadel having a tough time getting going offensively thanks to the defense by Bailey Smith and Chloe Neufeld. That duo has shared that duty tonight. Carly Toot back in for Baldwin. Ashley back in for Ottawa. Neufeld trying to guard Hadel. It's deflected out. Oh, wow, they're going to say no. They're going to say that ball just was passed out of bounds by Hadel. Sure looked like Baldwin deflected it out, but it'll go as the 10th turnover of the game against the Cyclones. And Baldwin will once again have a chance to perhaps tie this game up. Neufeld off a big screen from Toot. Deflected out. And a timeout asked for by Ottawa, so Matt Sherman gets the timeout. We'll take a break. We're back in a moment. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Bulldog basketball is presented by Hayden Outdoors, online at HaydenOutdoors.com. It's the brand that sells the land. Chad and Penny Sheldon, natives of Goodland, Kansas, now your Baldwin City area brokers for the past 10 years, are experts in selling rural homes, farms, ranches, and recreational real estate. They've built several successful businesses and manage their own farm and hunting lodge, and they want to use their expertise to help you in finding your next dream property. Call them today at 785-821-2666. or visit HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more. 2:52 left to play in the first half of this one. 16-13. Ottawa on top. The Cyclones have not trailed yet in this game. We were tied briefly at 2 apiece, but Baldwin, after never trailing in the first matchup, has never led here in the second matchup. A chance to tie it again here. Frost just hit from that corner. Misses this time, but an offensive board by Reichard. Out to Neufeld. Has it swatted by Ashley. They'll reset things up top with Chloe Neufeld now. 2 down to set the screen. Neufeld turns it down, kicks it to Frost, skips across to Reichard, who has to go up top to catch it and avoid going out of bounds. Chloe bounces underneath to Toot, and it's knocked away by Jan and taken by Ottawa. .2:15 to play in the half. Ottawa winning last year for the first time since 2015 against Baldwin. This year they've hit another long drought that they've ended, not against Baldwin, but just in general with their first 10-plus win season since the 14-15 year, as Molly Ashley knocks down the 15-footer, and it's a 5-point lead once again for Ottawa. Cyclones have led by as many as 8 in this first half. Reichard gets underneath, brings it back up top to Chloe Neufeld, who fires up a 3 and trying to bank that one in, doesn't go. Molly Ashley the rebound for Ottawa. Cyclones by 5 with 90 seconds to go. Nichols ripped by Frost. 2-on-2 for Baldwin. Marin pulls it back up. Reichard leans in with the right hand, banks it off the glass and in. 8 first half points from Alyssa Reichard with a minute to go until the half. Baldwin back within 3. Nichols to Richards for 3 out of the corner. Neufeld the rebound, and Baldwin with another opportunity here. They've had several opportunities in the last couple of minutes to try and get this game tied back up. They'll have to take a 3 by any means, and instead they end up turning it over. Hadel coming the other way for Ottawa. 40 seconds to go in the half. To Nichols. Nichols floats it in. 8 first half points now from Nichols. The lead is 5 with 30 seconds to go in the half. Baldwin wanting the final shot here with now 20 and counting to play. Dangerous pass there, a little underhand shove to Chloe Neufeld, and it ends up in a Baldwin turnover and a timeout. Ottawa with 8.6 to go, and the Bulldogs turning it over for the 10th time in this first half, and down 5. They'll give Ottawa a chance now for the final look. Bulldog basketball brought to you in part by The Bullpen, your locally owned sports bar in downtown Baldwin City. Open 11 a.m. through 2 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. A perfect place to go before, during, and after the games. Follow them on Facebook at Bullpen Baldwin City. And while you're downtown, stop by the Nook at 703 8th Street and sign up for the Baldwin City Community News for just $5 a month. 20-15 Ottawa. Cyclones with the ball. Passed into the front court, but Hadel, tough chance to try to catch it, cannot. Now Baldwin again will have a chance, and it's Carly Neufeld who misses the layup, and Kinnison Walters the rebound. So a 5-point halftime lead for Ottawa, 20-15. The Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show is coming up next.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Halftime in Ottawa tonight. You watch the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show brought to you by your local Farm Bureau team. Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. It's a 5-point game here at the break. It was a close game throughout in that first half, but Ottawa led wire to wire other than a 2-2 tie. Ottawa with the first bucket, Baldwin answered, then an 8-0 Ottawa run gave them their largest lead of the first half at 10-2. Baldwin answered back with 6 in a row to close it back down to a 2-point deficit, and it pretty much stayed around 4 to 6 points since, and it currently sits at 5, 20-15 here at the break, with the Cyclones looking for their 11th win of the year. They have won 5 of their last 7, first 10-win season in the last 9 years. And they last year beat Baldwin for the first time since 2015. They split this 2 games a year ago, and now we'll see if it's going to be a split again this year. If Baldwin can overcome this halftime deficit. The stats omen would tell you it's not good for the Bulldogs to be trailing here at the half. They're 11-0 this year when they lead at the half. They're 0-6 when they trail at the half for Baldwin, but just a 5-point deficit here as we get set for the second half. So it's certainly a doable task here as the Bulldogs will look to keep their winning streak going. The Dogs have won 3 in a row coming into play tonight, their 13th straight season with 10-plus wins, but down by 5 here at the break in this one. It is 20-15 with the Ottawa Cyclones on top of the Baldwin Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout to hear from Farm Bureau, and then we'll be back with your first half numbers right after this.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show continues with a 20-15 score here at the break. Ottawa with the 5-point lead. Cyclones' top scorer on the year, Brooklyn Hadel, held to just 3 points in that first half. 1 2-point field goal on a layup and 1 free throw. Baldwin did a good job defensively on Hadel, but some of the supporting cast picking her up in that first half. How about Foster Nichols? 8 points in that first half for the Cyclones. 4 in the first, 4 in the second. Kennison Walters, a good first half as well with 4 points to go along with a game-high 6 rebounds as well. So that duo was very good in that first half for Ottawa. And then, of course, you had the 3 from Brooklyn Hadel, and then they got a 3 from Joanna Yan, the only three-pointer made in that first half for Ottawa, and 2 as well from Molly Atchley to round out the Cyclone scoring. They turned it over 12 times, but Baldwin turned it over 10 as well, so it didn't hurt them too bad. They went 3 of 4 at the free throw line. For the Bulldogs, they in that first half were led by Alyssa Reichert, who had 8 Bulldog first half points. She was also the Baldwin leading rebounder at 4 rebounds in that first half. Marin Frost added 5. And like Hadel being limited for Ottawa in this scoring department, the Bulldogs' leading scorer, Carly Neufeld, was limited to just 2 points in that first half after scoring 21 against the Cyclones in their first matchup this season. Hadel had 18 against the Bulldogs, so they combined for 39. Tonight they have combined for 5 in the first half of this one, and it's Ottawa on top 20-15. And again, we saw a ton of free throws shot the first time these two teams faced. 54 free throw attempts. We had just 6 free throw attempts in that first half. Ottawa going 3 for 4, and Baldwin going 0 for 2 at the free throw line. So a little bit of a different look in that regard. Three-pointers were not that prevalent the first matchup. They weren't again in this one. Just 1 3-pointer apiece. Marin Frost hit the 1-3 for the Bulldogs, and Joanna Yan hit the 1 for Ottawa. But it is a 5-point game here at the break, 20-15, with the Ottawa Cyclones on top of the Baldwin Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you started for the second half. That check of the numbers was brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City. They'll help you confidently tackle your tax season this year, even if it's a highly specific situation. They'll help make sense of it all and meet your critical business needs, all with a minimal investment. Visit newfrontiertbs.com to learn more or call 785-594-1204. The halftime show, of course, brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs. They'd love to be there to support you in your financial future as well. So see what I mean by giving them a call, 785-594-1055, or stop by downtown to chat with Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Second half is coming up next. It's 20-15, Ottawa on top of Baldwin here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
20-15 our score as we head to the second half. Let's take a look at what's upcoming here on Baldwin Sports Live. Final week of the regular season next week as the Bulldogs travel to Jefferson West on Tuesday next week, and then back home to close out the regular season with Bonner Springs on the 24th. Catch both games right here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. You can check out all of our broadcasts and all the other broadcasts from across the network of the other schools we cover at varsitysportslive.com. And if you want to stay up to date with our latest broadcast schedule, then the best way to do it, go to varsitysportslive.com. Second best way to do it, subscribe to the Baldwin City Community News. And in that way, you get the extra bonus of all the other community events, the latest news, sports, opinions, and everything going on, community events. Best way to stay up to date with your local happenings in Baldwin City is the Baldwin City Community News. It's just $5 a month to subscribe to your local paper. Stop by downtown at the Nook. It's 703 8th Street to sign up today to your subscription to the Baldwin City Community News. So the Bulldogs will have the basketball to start the second half of this game. They've not led in this game tonight after never trailing in the game against Ottawa in the first matchup this year, but down by just 5 here as we go to this second half. It'll be the first time they've overcome a halftime deficit to win a game this year if they can do it tonight, so we'll hope for a little first on this evening here in Ottawa. Bulldogs have won their last 3 ball games, hope to keep building up the momentum towards the postseason. Next week, that game against Jeff West, a team they've defeated once this year already. Of course, they also defeated Ottawa earlier this year, but Jeff West is 5-13 right now. The Bulldogs with a 55-28 win over the Tigers in the opening game of the Wellsville Top Gun tournament. And then they close things out with that big matchup against Bonner Springs on the 24th. Bonner at 15-2 coming into tonight, ranked number 3 in Class 5A. So a big challenge in that one. It'd be nice to be heading into that on a 5-game win streak, a lot of momentum, but they'll have to overcome the halftime deficit. We'll see if they can do it. They'll get the first crack at it here in the second half. It's Neufeld, Smith, Lang, Reichert, and Frost for the Bulldogs. Jan, Walters, Hadel, Keebaugh, and Nichols for the Cyclones. Didn't see a whole bunch of Emery Keebaugh in that first half for Ottawa. She picked up 2 first-quarter fouls and was relegated to the bench the rest of that half. So good rebounder, good energy player. We'll see if that makes a difference for the Cyclones here in the second half. Both teams struggle to get their top scoring option going in that first half. Just 3 points for Hadel on the Ottawa side, just 2 points for Neufeld on the Baldwin side. Lang trying to power through the defense there, but is unable to do so successfully, and it's cleared by Hadel. And here come the Cyclones with their first possession of the second half, on top by 6, or on top by 5, I should say, and it's Hadel who puts up the shot. Doesn't get it, though. Frost the rebound, and a jump ball is whistled to the backcourt, and that will give it to Ottawa. So tough break there for Baldwin after the Frost rebound, unable to keep the possession. And that is an illegal screen on Keebaugh, so her frustrating night continues, and she has just picked up her 3rd foul. They'll leave her in the game for the moment. Baldwin has it, down 5. Neufeld kicks to the corner for Frost. Up top, Smith, and around to Reichert. Back into the hands of Neufeld. A foul on Walters, her second team foul, and it will put Carly Neufeld at the free throw line. Perhaps this is what she needs to get the offense going for her tonight. Sometimes just got to see that ball through the hoop. Just the 1 2-point bucket so far tonight from Neufeld. 6 straight games in double figures, averages a team high 14.3 points per night. But even the free throw doesn't go for her, a 75% foul shooter. And an 0 for 2 trip. Walters. Back up top now to Nichols. Hadel wants it inside. They go down to her. Brings it back out to Jan, who has the only three-pointer of the game for Ottawa. Now back to the hands of their point guard, Nichols. Jan backing in. Slings it out to Keba, to the corner for Walters. Now back once again for Hadel. And eventually Baldwin commits a foul. Marin Frost picks up her second and the team's first. Long possession going here for Ottawa. Trying to break down this Baldwin zone defense. Baldwin matches up out of the inbound play. And an official's timeout here. I'm not sure what happened. Joanna Jan is very gingerly walking over toward her bench. She's going to come out of the game. Camden Evans will check in for her. So not sure what happened there to Jan, but they're going to take a look at her on the bench, and Ottawa will enter it back into play. Deflected away, and it will stay with Ottawa. It looked like it certainly was deflected, then it looked like it may have gone again off of Ottawa, but the official right there on top of it says it's Ottawa basketball. So this long possession will continue for the Cyclones. Evans into the corner for Walters. A runner through the paint, off the glass and in with the left hand for Kennison Walters. Well, they take 90 seconds plus off of the clock and end up getting 2 points in when it's all said and done. Another tie-up. This arrow points Baldwin's way. Lobbed into Reichert. Alyssa able to finish once again. The lefty using that right hand well. 22-17 with 5:25 to go in the third. 10-point night for Melissa Reichert. Third straight game in double figures. Keba a little bit out of control that time on the runner. And Frost clears it for Baldwin. Bounce into Lang. Doubled, quickly got rid of it back to Reichert. And this time with the conventional left hand for Alyssa. Banks it in. A dozen now from Reichert. Baldwin within three. This game has been, not in terms of the style of the game, it's been quite a bit different than the first matchup, but in terms of the scoring and the separation in this game, as Hadel had it knocked free. Frost gets it up to Neufeld, and she's fouled by Nichols. It was a very similar kind of spread, if you will, in the first game, as Baldwin led the entire way, but was close throughout, never was just completely comfortable, and that's kind of been the same way tonight, as Ottawa has led throughout other than a 2-2 tie, but never yet really all that comfortable with their lead. And now Evans fouls for Marin Frost, so that will put Frost at the free throw line for Baldwin, who's down by 3 with 4:38 to go. First foul on Evans to go in the third quarter, I should say, and that's the 14th foul in this third quarter now against Ottawa. Frost, a 63% foul shooter this year, and that's the Bulldogs' first make at the free throw line. They were 0 for 4 prior to that. Chloe Neufeld back in for Baldwin, replaces her older sister Carly Neufeld. Keybon with the rebound on the miss there by Frost, but it's a 2-point game. Walters, spinning shot doesn't go. Another board for Frost. Back comes Baldwin. A chance to tie it up here. Inside, Reichert does not get the bucket to go, but she'll have a chance to tie it at the line. Fourth foul on Emery Keba as well. So it has been a tough night for her. She picked up 2 first quarter fouls, 2 more third quarter fouls, and she'll head back to the bench Ashley in for her. Carly Toot replaces Emma Kate Lang for Baldwin. And the Bulldogs' struggles continue at the free throw line, now 1 out of 7. And one there from Reichert, who has 13 points tonight, leads all scorers, and it's a 1-point game with 4:23 to go in the third quarter. Neufeld guarding Foster Nichols all the way up the floor and takes a tough blocking foul there. It looked like Nichols shoved her off. Can't fault that defense from Chloe. That was really good defense. Just unfortunate that she got tagged with a foul. It's her first, team second. And Chloe right back in that stance to pick up Nichols. And oh no, Nichols just went down. Looked like she rolled her ankle. So the Cyclones starting point guard Foster Nichols hurt that left ankle as she went down, and teams will go to their respective benches here. Time out in the action with 4:05 to go. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live. Actually, we're going to keep it right here now. Nichols is up. She is still in quite a bit of pain, it looks like, but they're helping her off the floor. Looks like she's able to put a little bit of weight on that left ankle, so hope for the best for Foster Nichols. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company that services many different industries from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. State-of-the-art machine tools and a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefit packages. It's the perfect place to start your next career. Find out more by emailing jobs@riceprecision.com. So Nichols out with the injury. In comes Jan, and Ottawa has the ball with a 1-point lead. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Actually trying to get that ball back outside, but it's intercepted by Frost. Marin gets bumped by Evans. 6 team fouls now on Ottawa. Foul on the floor. Second on Evans, and it will be a baseline inbound for the Bulldogs, who will be in the bonus after this. Around to Chloe Neufeld on the right wing. Reichert, they get the ball to her. She's been their best offensive player tonight with 13 points. Frost behind her with 6. And it's Chloe Neufeld for 3. Off the back iron, rebounded by Jan. 3:20 to go in the third. 1-point Ottawa lead. Cyclones have not trailed tonight. Walters trying to free up Jan. She bounces it to Hadel, who's been limited to just 3 points in this game. Walters drives up top, Jan. And her second 3. She's the only player who's hit from beyond the arc, but she's now hit a pair of them. 25-21. Ottawa on top with just under 3 to go in the third quarter. Frost drives in, had it blocked by Ashley, able to get it back, but then trying to put it back up top, had it intercepted by Jan. Coast to coast she goes for the layup, missing, but a foul and a chance at the line coming up for the senior, who has 6 points in the ball game. Second personal foul on Chloe Neufeld, and the team's third. Marissa Richards checks back in for Ottawa. Lang and Carly Neufeld return for Baldwin. One of 2 for Jan, but Ottawa will get it back. Oh, actually they're going to say, yeah, they're going to change it. The initial call, they said Baldwin basketball, but that most certainly went off of Baldwin. So it is Ottawa basketball with a 26-21 lead, 2:38 to go. Cyclones only getting 1 of 2 there from Jan, but a chance to make this a big possession anyway because of that team offensive rebound. Evans knocked free, sliding on the floor is Chloe Neufeld, and then Carly Neufeld ends up with it. Carly pushing it for Baldwin. Stops and pulls up from 8 feet. A bit strong, but got it back. A chance for Chloe Neufeld out of the corner. And the three-pointer is rattled in by the freshman Chloe Neufeld, her first bucket of the game, and a big one at that. It's a 2-point contest again with 2:10 to go in the third. Jan being pressured on the perimeter. Gets rid of it to Richards. Long skip across to Ashley. Driving on Lang, doubled by Toot. And a timeout, Ottawa, with 1:55 to go in the third quarter. The Cyclones have to burn their third timeout of this one. And we'll take a break. We're back in a moment here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
1:55 to play in the third quarter. Bulldog basketball is presented by Hayden Outdoors. Email Shad or Penny Sheldon with shad@HaydenOutdoors.com or penny@HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more about perhaps selling or purchasing a farm, ranch, recreational property in the Baldwin City area. Your local Baldwin City brokers with Hayden Outdoors, the brand that sells the land. 26-24. Ottawa has led throughout. Only a 2-2 tie has been the only time Ottawa has not been in the lead of this game. But it's been tight throughout. And another Cyclone turnover. That's their 16th as Neufeld just ripped it away from Hadel. Trying to go inside the lane. Give Hadel credit for hustling back and turning the Bulldogs over. That's a dozen Baldwin turnovers now in this game. Inside, Hadel misses it. Lang clears it for the Bulldogs. Chloe pushing with 1:15 to go in the third. Around to Neufeld. And a travel is called on Carly. Dylan Nichols back in for Ottawa. 1:12 to play in this third quarter. Hadel brings it up for the Cyclones. They are down 2 starters right now as Hadel has it taken away once again by Neufeld. Lobs it up to Carly. Driving on Richards, and a foul on Marissa Richards will put Carly Neufeld to the line for 2 shots. If she can hit them both, we'll be tied up for just the second time in this game. But as I was saying with the Cyclones, they're down 2 starters really right now, with Kiba on the bench with 4 fouls. And Nichols, their starting point guard, rolling her ankle earlier in this quarter, and she is out of the game right now as well. Missed free throw by Carly Neufeld, who is very uncharacteristic, 0 for 3 at the line in this game. 75%, the best free throw shooter on the team coming into tonight. Averages 14.5 points per game, but he's stuck on just 2 points tonight, and 0 for 4 at the free throw line. Out of bounds off of Ottawa, so a break for Baldwin. The Bulldogs will have another chance with it here. Baldwin now just 2 out of 10 as a team at the free throw line. Reichert back in. Down by 2 with 59 seconds to play in the third. Frost goes baseline, gets cut off. Reichert out to Neufeld for the lead, and Baldwin's on top for the first time. 27-26 on Carly Neufeld's first three-pointer of the game. 40 seconds left in the quarter. High pressure by Baldwin. They've turned Ottawa over 17 times in this game, and an answer 3 from a freshman, Dylan Nichols, knocks down a big shot for the Cyclones, who go back on top by 2. Baldwin will hold for the final shot here with 13 seconds left in the quarter. Baldwin down by 2. Carly Neufeld to Frost in the corner with 6. Up top to Reichert. Alyssa driving with 3. Out to Smith at the buzzer. Does not get it. And will go to the fourth with Ottawa leading Baldwin 29-27 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
We'll shape it up for a good fourth quarter here tonight in Ottawa. 8 minutes to go. It's Ottawa leading Baldwin 29-27. The Bulldogs, for a very brief moment, took their only lead of the game at 27-26 before a Dylan Nichols 3-minute 29-27. And Foster Nichols is back in the game for Ottawa. Rolled her ankle, was in a lot of pain last quarter, but she's back on the floor. Emery Keebon with 4 fouls, also back on the floor. So two of those starters we were talking about, they were without there in the closing seconds of that third, and it's Foster Nichols missing the 3. Emma Kate Lang with the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Hadel. Both teams have had to try and persevere tonight with their top scorers being pretty much shut down. Just 3 points from Brooklyn Hadel for Ottawa, only 5 points for Carly Neufeld of Baldwin. Neufeld did hit that big 3 late in the third quarter. Perhaps that gets her rolling and has a big fourth quarter. Reichert, who's had the big game tonight, 15 for the Bulldogs, and we are tied at 29 with 7:26 to go. "17 turnovers in this game for Ottawa. And now a foul on Baldwin. No shot, no basket there as Nichols ends up on the floor. She's okay this time. It's on Carly Neufeld, her second and the team's 4th. Keebon has not scored in this game, just 2 rebounds as she has been battling foul trouble all night. Now an 18th turnover for Ottawa. Baldwin, chance to take the lead again. Neufeld on the drive with the left hand. Scoop doesn't go. Keebon clears for Ottawa. Neufeld run and jump on Walters. Does not turn it over though. Now Hadel quickly fires that one up for the block, and just her second bucket of the game. 31-29 Ottawa, 6:46 to go. Baldwin has never come back this year to win a game when trailing at the half. 0-6. They were down 5 at the half in this one, and now they are tied up here with 6.5 to go in the fourth on the Neufeld lay-in. Set up by the Reichert pass. Carly out there guarding Nichols. Gets it out of her hands to Hadel. Works left off the Keebon screen. Frost now switched on to Hadel underneath Walters. Altered by Lang, rebounded by Frost, and she's fouled. That will put her at the free throw line. 90 feet away from the basket, they commit the foul. 18th foul against the Cyclones for Brooklyn Hadel. It's her first personal. And Marin Frost will go to the line with a chance to put Baldwin on top. Baldwin's had just one lead in this game. That was 27-26 in that final minute of the third quarter. But that only lasted for about 14 seconds. Jan back in for Ottawa. Baldwin has struggled at the line tonight, 2 out of 10. Frost is 1 out of 2. 6 points, 4 rebounds tonight from Marin. Senior guard to try to put the Bulldogs on top and does not get it, but an offensive rebound by Lang and a timeout Baldwin. So the struggles at the line continue for the Bulldogs, but the offensive rebound by Lang will have them give them a chance to regroup and draw something up here with 6:03 to go. We're tied at 31. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
6:03 to go. Tie ball game, 31-all here in Ottawa tonight. Baldwin Sports Live brought to you in part by The Bullpen. Check out Wildcat Wednesday specials at The Bullpen. Karaoke Thursdays. They've got a big dance night going on tonight at The Bullpen. Putting in a couple new pool tables down there at The Bullpen, so the dance floor is going to get smaller. Tonight's your last night with the current setup. Go down there and get jiggy with it. Got the classic ballpark food as well down there at the Bullpen, downtown Baldwin City. 6:03 left to go here in the fourth quarter, and what has been a good game throughout. Baldwin has led just one occasion by 1 point. It's been Ottawa on top the majority of the night. This is knocked out by the Cyclones. But it's okay. You can trail all night as long as you lead at the end. You get the win. That's what the Bulldogs are trying to do tonight. Reichert leads them with 15 in this game. She has it here at the free throw line out to Chloe Neufeld. Chloe wanted a backdoor cutter, did not find one. Almost thrown out of bounds. Baldwin able to keep it. And now Eric Toots says, let's spread it back out here. Settle in. Don't need to force anything. Baldwin looking to open up some space for Neufeld to drive, and she gets there with the left hand to scoop it up and in. 7 second-half points for Carly Neufeld, and she puts the Bulldogs on top 33-31. Neufeld guarding Nichols tightly. Up top to Hadel, a collision on the screen. Keebaugh set the screen. Smith ran through it, and Bailey will be called for the foul. It's her second and the team's fifth. Jan inbounds to Hadel. Just 5 points in this game for Brooklyn Hadel. Had 18 against the Bulldogs in their first matchup. 21 on Tuesday night in the win over Paola. And she'll head to the free throw line on that foul by Reichert, her second and the team's sixth. 2 shots for Hadel. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line tonight. Cyclones have gone 4 out of 6. And Hadel trims the deficit to 1. And we've got a tie ball game again. 5 minutes to play. Chloe had laying wide open underneath, but never able to see her down there, so Baldwin will set it up in the half court. And no rush right now for the Bulldogs. Chloe angles in, kicks it out. Smith. Back around to Chloe, and now up top again to Carly. We'll see if they can spread them out and let Carly go on the attack off the bounce here. Worked last time, went to that left side to get the lay-in. And this time they foul her. So if you're Baldwin, I think you'll take that. Carly is 0 for 4 tonight, surprisingly, at the free throw line, but put your best free throw shooter at the line in a tight game with 4.5 minutes to go. Frost back in for the Bulldogs, replacing Chloe Neufeld. It's the second foul on Hadel. That was the 9th team foul, so this is a 1-and-1 for Carly. And another miss, rebounded by Keebaugh. Hadel can't get past Smith, now tries to cross her over. Smith on the recovery is called for a blocking foul, and that will be the 7th on the Bulldogs, so it will put Hadel at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 3 out of 4 in the game at the line for Brooklyn Hadel. 7 points on the night. Front end of the 1-and-1 gives the Cyclones the lead back. Our 4th lead change to go along with 4 ties in this game. They've all happened over the last 5 minutes. And Hadel now up to 9 points. The Cyclones certainly have had the advantage at the free throw line tonight. They are 8 of 10, while Baldwin is just 2 out of 12. Frost, three-pointer online but strong. Rebound tap to Jan. Cyclones with the lead and the ball. Under 4 to go. Hadel bounces to Walters. Stops on the block, brings it back out top to Hadel. Walters fumbled it on the way up. Lost the handle and Baldwin comes up with it. Riker doesn't have the numbers. Let's see if she attacks or pulls it out. She'll pull it back out up top. Carly Neufeld gets run into by Nichols. No whistle. Able to avoid a turnover, though, by getting that ball to Bailey Smith. Around to Frost. Into the corner for Smith. 3:15 to go. Baldwin trying to get a good look out of this possession. Down by 2. Trailed the majority of the night, but have now gotten into this seesaw battle here in the 4th quarter. Frost to Smith. Clock under 3 to go now. Carly Neufeld bounces it into Lang, mid-post. Back up top to Reichard. Game high 15 points from Alyssa. Outside Frost. Back to Reichard on the post up. Leans in and ties the game at 35. 17 points from Alyssa Reichard tonight. 2 off her career high. And the Bulldogs have it knotted up with 2.5 to go. Walters fouled by Frost, so 1-and-1 chance for Kennis and Walters coming up. 18 fouls. It's the 3rd personal on Marin. Chloe Neufeld back in for Bailey Smith in the Bulldog lineup. 6 points, 6 rebounds tonight from Walters. Got off to a great start. Had 4 points, 4 boards in the first quarter. Front into the 1-and-1 is good, and the lead to Ottawa. Two-point game. Baldwin will take a timeout, 37-35 with 2:19 to play. A 30-second timeout here in Ottawa, so we'll keep things right here. Both teams with 2 timeouts the rest of the way. Baldwin in the double bonus. Ottawa still in the 1-and-1 for 1 more team foul, as there are 8 current team fouls charged to Baldwin. The possession arrow currently favoring the Cyclones as well. Bulldog basketball brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. Looking for a great job at a family-owned company in Baldwin City? And then look no further than Rice Precision Manufacturing. Excellent pay, competitive benefits, climate-controlled work environment, and a friendly support staff dedicated to the betterment of their employees. Learn more by visiting riceprecision.com or sending an email to jobs@riceprecision.com. Baldwin was down 5 at the half in this game. 0-6 this year when trailing at the half, trying to buck that trend tonight. We're able to take the lead late in the 3rd quarter for the first time tonight at 27-26. They've then held the lead at 35-31 and had it tied at 35 all, but currently down by 2 with just over 2 to go in the contest. Bulldogs bring it up with both Neufelds, Lang, Reichard, and Frost out there. Carly Neufeld, 15-foot pull-up is on the mark. 11 points now from Neufeld, who has certainly heated up here in this 4th quarter. Of her 11, 6 of them have come in this 4th. 9 of the 11 have come in the second half for Carly. Tie game with 1:50 to go. Kebaugh High-low with Hadel. Over to help out was Lang, but Hadel able to power it up anyway, and she's now up to 11 points as well. Her and Neufeld both were quiet for most of the night, but they both got it going here in the second half, and especially in the fourth quarter. Lang inside, step through, move off the glass, and banks it in to tie it up once again with 1:24 to go, and a traveling violation in the backcourt on Jan. Gives it back to the Bulldogs on the 20th turnover of the game for Ottawa. And a potentially costly one here with 1:23 left. Bulldogs with the ball in a tie game. Into Reichard, and she gets fouled by Walters. So Reichard will head to the line. She's 2 points shy of her career high in this game. And will go to the line here with 1:21 to go. And a chance to put the Bulldogs back on top for just the second time in the game. A 27-26 and a 33-31 lead are the only leads of this game for the Bulldogs. But now the free throw issues starting to loom large tonight for the Bulldogs. 2 out of 13 from the free throw line. Reichard does get one, and that's good enough to put the Bulldogs on top, 40-39. But a long way to go. Over a minute left in this one. Timeout, Ottawa. A 30-second timeout will keep things right here with 1:14 to play. Baldwin on top, 40-39. Trying to close out their 12th win of the year. Ottawa, earlier this week on Tuesday, secured their first 10-win season in the last 9 years. Trying to now beat Baldwin for a second straight year after it had been 7 years since they had beaten the Bulldogs when they did it last year. They split this season series a year ago. Baldwin winning the first matchup this season, 49-41. And yet again, a close contest between these two teams. Baldwin never trailed in their win earlier this year on January 10th, and they've hardly led tonight, but they currently do lead by 1. Ottawa basketball. Jan will inbound it. Gets it into Nichols, who left the game earlier momentarily with an injury to her ankle, but she's back in there. Hadel is the target on the entry pass, and it's a foul on Baldwin on the catch. So 1-1 for Brooklyn Hadel on the 9th team foul against the Bulldogs. It's the 4th personal on Bailey Smith. She'll check out of the game. Back in comes Marin Frost with 1:05 to go. And at the line with a 1-1 is Brooklyn Hadel. She has made her last 4 free throws. She's 5 out of 6 in the game. Leads the Cyclones with 11 points tonight. And the front end of the 1-1 is good to tie the game. 9 of her 12 have come now in this fourth quarter. Huge difference at the free throw line in this game. Ottawa 11 of 13, Baldwin 3 of 14. And the second free throw is good to put the Cyclones back in front by 1. A minute to go in the fourth. Baldwin with the ball, down by 1. Neufeld out to Carly Neufeld. She'll pull it away. Lang out to set the screen. Neufeld kicks it to Chloe for 3 and the lead. She's fouled by Nichols. 3 shots coming up for Chloe Neufeld with 43 seconds to go. And the biggest free throws of the freshman's young career coming up right here. It's the 3rd foul on Nichols. 3 shots for Chloe Neufeld. 64% this year at the line, 28 out of 44. Averages 4 points per game, and she now has 4 as she used every bit of touch on that one. Hit a 3 back in the 3rd quarter. Now that free throw has tied the game at 41, and she has 2 more free throws to come to try and give Baldwin the lead. Student section roaring at Chloe, and it doesn't faze her. She knocks down the second one, and Baldwin's on top, 42-41. 1 more free throw for Neufeld. They give her the silent treatment this time, and she knocks down all 3 free throws. What a job by the freshman. Ice in her veins, and now a turnover in the backcourt. Chloe out to Marin, and the Bulldogs will take a timeout with 36 seconds to go after 3 free throws. from Chloe Neufeld. Now a technical foul has been called against Ottawa. Or was I thought I heard him call a technical foul. Just a bench warning though. Just a bench warning, but it is a timeout, Baldwin. The Bulldogs have the ball coming out of this timeout after. Oh no, it is a technical foul. They are issuing the technical foul now. So it is a technical foul against Matt Sherman, the head coach for Ottawa. So a critical mistake from the Ottawa bench here late in a close game. Baldwin will have 2 free throws coming out of this timeout and the basketball. So what an opportunity for Baldwin to put a stranglehold on this ball game with 36 seconds to go. So not only did they turn it foul, and just a calamity of mistakes here late for Ottawa. They foul a three-point shooter. Chloe, to her credit, made them pay by making all 3. Then they turn it over on the inbound play. Then they commit a technical foul. And now it gives Baldwin a chance for 2 more free throws. It's Carly Neufeld who goes to the line for these. Eric Toots showing confidence in his leading scorer, despite the fact that it has just been a rough night at the line for her. She was their leading free throw shooter coming in at 75%, but she is now 0 for 6 in this game at the line. Gets that one to make the technical foul hurt a little bit anyway. 12 points from Carly Neufeld. They get an extra point to go up by 3, and the Bulldogs have the basketball with 36 seconds to go. Inbound to Chloe Neufeld, and she's fouled by Evans. So 2 more free throws coming up for Chloe, who just knocked down 3 of them. So Neufeld with 2 shots to try to make this a 2-possession game. Would love to get them both, obviously, but you certainly need one, and there it is. Now it's a 2-possession game, barring something silly on the fouling a 3-point shooter or something like that. At least you've now made this into a 2-possession game. Neufeld will try to go ahead and make it a 5-point game now. Does not get that one. A foul on Baldwin then on the rebound. Well, that's not what the Bulldogs wanted to do. A loose ball foul will stop the clock and let Ottawa go to the other side to shoot free throws. They call it on Reichert, her 3rd, and that's 10 on the Bulldogs, so it puts the Cyclones now into the double bonus. Emery Keebaugh will go to the line. Has not scored in this game, as she's been out of the lineup the majority of the night with foul troubles, and she misses the first. Well, for all of Baldwin's free throwing troubles in this game, they were really struggling. They were 2 for 13 at one point, but they have made 6 of their last 8. Ottawa, meanwhile, gets 2 misses here. And it will lead to free throws for Baldwin after the Reichert rebound. Alyssa working on a big night with 18 points. Her career high is 19 earlier this year against Tonganoxie. So a chance to set a new career best mark with a couple of free throws. And for the moment, it remains a 4-point game. Now a 5-point game as Reichert ties her career high with 19 points. Hadel drives, scoops, and misses it. A tie-up on the rebound. Oh, actually they're going to call a hold on Frost. So not a jump ball, it's a hold on Marin, her 4th, and that will give Ottawa 2 more free throws. Kennison Walters will be the shooter. She's 2 for 2 in the game. Clock stopped with 22 seconds to go in a 5-point game. Walters does not get the roll. I talked about Baldwin improving their free throw shooting down the stretch. Ottawa's gone the other way. They've gone now just 2 for their last 5. Walters makes 1. It's a 4-point game again with 22 seconds to go. Inbound to Chloe Neufeld, fouled by Walters. So More free throws coming up for the freshman. Chloe with 7 points in this game. She's now approaching her career high, which was 9. She set that early in the season against Lewisburg in the first matchup against Lewisburg back on December 13th. Bailey Smith back in for Frost. One of 2 for Chloe. 8 points in the game. It's back to a 5-point lead. 20 seconds to go. Hadel to Walters. They need to get something up. They do now with Walters. In and out. Rebounded by Reichert. They don't foul. Down to 8 seconds, and it looks like they're going to wave the white flag now. Carly Neufeld up to Lang, and Emma Kay will add 2 more for good measure. And the Bulldogs, for the first time this year, come from behind at the half to win it. Down by 7 early in the second half. The Bulldogs win this one by 7, 49-42. Great comeback effort tonight for Baldwin, who has won 4 in a row, improving to 12-6. And they drop the Cyclones to 10-8, sweeping the season series with Ottawa. 49-42 the final. We're back to wrap it up with our Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game right after this.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Comeback win tonight for the Baldwin girls as they win this one 49-42 over the Ottawa Cyclones. 22 fourth quarter points for the Bulldogs. They had 27 in the first 3 quarters. They go for 22 in the fourth alone, and they win this game by closing out the game on a 9-1 run in the final minute. They were down 41-40 when we hit that 1-minute mark, and Baldwin outscoring Ottawa 9-1 in the final minute to win this game after 6 lead changes and 8 ties. A 49-42 Baldwin victory tonight over the Ottawa Cyclones. Baldwin 12-6 now, Ottawa dropping to 10-8. It's time to name tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game, and tonight's player of the game tying her career high with 19 points and leading the team in rebounding as well tonight. Alyssa Reichert is tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game. In fact, Reichert led the team in points, rebounds, and assists tonight. 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists in this game for Alyssa Reichert to lead the Bulldogs to a big victory on the road over the Cyclones. The player of the game brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today to set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. We don't have an official play of the game. We do our player of the game, but for the play of the game, how about the freshman Chloe Neufeld getting fouled on a 3-point attempt with the Bulldogs down 41-40. Neufeld was shooting a 3, was fouled, and the freshman went to the line and made all 3 free throws for the Bulldogs to put them on top for good, and they win this one 49-42. What a moment, what an opportunity for that freshman Chloe Neufeld, and with ice water in her veins, she knocked him down. 8 points tonight from Neufeld, 1 shy of her career high. So big game from her, big game from Reichert. Let's look at the rest of the numbers here. Carly Neufeld, it was not a big game per se, just 12 points. I say just. It's her 7th straight game in double figures, and it's not too far off of her per-game average of 14.5, but it was a struggle for most of the night. But Carly hit a 3 with 40 seconds left in the third quarter, and from that point on, she scored 9 points, but had 2 prior to that, so they had some scoring when they needed it most out of their senior leader, Carly Neufeld. She and Reichert both end up in double digits tonight. Marin Frost added 6. Emma Kate Lang with that late 2. And, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the 8 from Chloe Neufeld and the Baldwin scoring as they win this game 49-42. They did a great job on Brooklyn Hadel tonight. She was held to just 13 points, and, again, a just there. But most of that, again, at the free throw line, 7 of 8 at the free throw line. She only scored 6 points from the field in this game, so Baldwin doing a great job limiting her. Kennison Walters added 9, Foster Nichols with 8, and Molly Atchley with 2 points. Joanna Yan with 7 points, who knocked down a couple of threes. Dylan Nichols also with 3. Turnovers were a big issue for the Cyclones as well. They turned it over 21 times in this game, including a critical late turnover that also led then to a technical foul, and that was kind of the beginning of the end there late for Ottawa, who ends up losing this game to drop to 10-8. The Cyclones shot 13 of 18 at the free throw line. Baldwin was just 10 of 25, but they did make them when they needed them most. They were 2 for 13 at one point in the fourth quarter before they closed the game. At that point, 8 out of 12 the rest of the way. You'll certainly take 8 of 12. That's not a bad percentage at all for the Bulldogs. 2 of 13, yeah, that's not good, but luckily it didn't cost them, and they did knock down the free throws when they needed them most. So Baldwin wins this game 49-42 tonight. The Bulldogs will be back in action on Tuesday and Friday next week. A visit to Jeff West on Tuesday, home to host the 3A or the number 3 team in 5A, Bonner Springs, to wrap up the regular season next Friday on the 24th. That'll wrap it up. Those official numbers, or not the official numbers, those final numbers brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. Online, newfrontiertbs.com. Timely, accurate, and reliable services, all at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Game 2 of the doubleheader is coming up next. The boys game, that's next here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Welcome back inside Ottawa High School as we are getting set for Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. It's the boys' game between the Baldwin Bulldogs, who are 14-3, ranked number 7 in the latest 4A polls, and the 8-9 Ottawa Cyclones. The pregame show brought to you by the Baldwin State Bank. Bulldogs coming off of a 55-48 win a week ago at Royal Valley. They overcame a 13-point second-half deficit in that game, went on a 22-0 run to close out the third quarter and then start the fourth quarter. Went from down 13 to up 9 by the end of that big run, and they come back to win their 5th straight, now 14-3. First 14-plus win season in the last 15 years for the Bulldogs, or the second one, I should say, in the last 15 years. You know, the only other one was that 18-4 season in the 2013-2015 season. The Dogs only made a season low 2 threes in that game. Of course, a team that likes the three. They make about 7 per game. They only made 2. It was their 4th lowest scoring game of the year, and now, in fact, in their last 4 games, 2 of them have been their lowest scoring games of the year. The 55 points against Royal Valley, and you go back to the Girard game, I guess, so that's not in the last 5 or 4, but regardless, the point being, they've had a couple of games here lately where they have not been scoring necessarily at the same clip, but they found ways to win. They're still getting W's, and that's the important thing for the Bulldogs. They're now 14-3, but they're going to have a challenge tonight. They get 8-9 Ottawa, who earlier this year Baldwin beat 66-43. So you're thinking, that's a 23-point win. They got it in the bag. Well, I don't know. This Ottawa team is playing some good basketball right now. They've won 3 of their last 4. They just handed Bonner Springs their first home loss of the year. The Braves were previously 8-0 at home, but the Cyclones last week, in fact 1 week ago tonight, went up to Bonner and into the 7-game overall winning streak by the Braves by picking up a 68-64 road victory in that one. They dismantled Paola on Tuesday night, knocking down 12 three-pointers in a game that they won 67-30. They put up 67 and 68 points in their last 2. They're playing as good as they play probably all year. So, on the road against a confident team right now, this is going to be anything but a layup for the Bulldogs tonight. They're going to have to come out and play well tonight if they're wanting to extend their 5-game win streak and keep the good times rolling. This will not be a pushover opponent in this one. We'll take a look more at that opponent when we come back as we get you set for the boys' game here tonight. You're watching the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Baldwin and Ottawa coming up here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show for our boys game as the Bulldogs get set to take on the Ottawa Cyclones. Pregame show brought to you by your hometown community bank, the Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Go enjoy a better banking experience. Do it with your friends and neighbors or down to the Baldwin State Bank. Online, baldwinstatebank.com, or call 785-594-6421 to see how personal service from people who care can make a difference. Bulldogs, Cyclones coming up here for the second time this year. 66-43. Baldwin won the first matchup. The Bulldogs shot 45% in that game. They held Ottawa to just 32% shooting. And the big key in that game was the Cyclones struggled from the three-point arc. 4 out of 17 in that game for Ottawa. Well, this looked like a whole different team when I saw them on Tuesday night against Paola. They are shooting the lights out of it right now. They knocked down 12 threes in that one. 10 different players scored, and the Cyclones are playing with a whole different confidence right now, and they're on their home floor where you know they're going to be comfortable shooting the basketball. So the Bulldogs better be ready to come out and defend this team tonight. And the biggest difference you're going to see if you haven't watched this Ottawa team since the first matchup, number 4, Aiden McCullough, a freshman who played in that game against Baldwin. He came off of the bench, and he was their best player on that night. 13 points, 4 rebounds, led the team with those 13 points in that loss to Baldwin back in January, on January 10th. Well, he's no longer the guy who comes off of the bench. He's the star of this team now, and the freshman has taken to that role nicely. 17 points and 12 rebounds on Tuesday night in their victory over Paola. He's their star, there's no question. He's only a freshman, but he's confident and he's athletic and he's talented. So the Bulldogs better be ready for McCullough tonight. And you can't leave the Hepners open. Both of them, the two sophomores, Carter and Caleb Hepner, they can both stroke it from the outside, and you still have to contain Carter Mason to the inside. Earlier when the Bulldogs played Ottawa, they were more of a team that kind of played inside out. Now they're more of a team that you're going to let it fly. They got confidence from the outside. So Mason, you still got to be ready for him. You still got to contain him on the glass. Darnell did a great job against him in the first matchup. But this is a little bit of a different looking team from Ottawa than when the Bulldogs played them back in early January. This is a much more confident bunch right now. And now they're on their home floor, and they're looking to exact some revenge against the Bulldogs. Baldwin has not swept a season series with Ottawa since 2007. So that is a stretch that the Cyclones don't want to see ended. The Bulldogs earlier this year beat Ottawa for the first time since 2009 with that win back in January. Now, for the first time since 2007, Baldwin looking to make it back-to-back wins over the Cyclones and sweep a season series. Your game plan for the Dogs coming up next here on the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show, or the Baldwin State Bank pregame show, along with your starting lineups and the opening tip. It's all coming up right after this here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Back here in Ottawa as we get set for this game. We're just moments away from getting this one started. Let's take a look at tonight's State Farm Insurance game plan for the Dogs. Hand down, man down. You hear Mark Jackson say it all the time on the NBA broadcast. Well, that's going to be a thing tonight for Baldwin. Ottawa shooting with superb confidence right now. They've got to have tight closeouts, got to have hands in the eyes of the shooters, not just as they shoot, but on the catch. Get your hands up there, getting that vision. Hand down, man down tonight. Bulldogs can't afford to have that happen to them. And then attack mode. See if you can get Ottawa into some foul trouble again. They committed 22 fouls in the first matchup of the Bulldogs. It led to 29 free throw attempts for Baldwin. Not only do you have a chance to score by getting to the free throw line, obviously, but it disrupts this rhythm that Ottawa's in right now, and they can't play at that pace and get those shots going down. So disrupt their rhythm a little bit, force them maybe to go into their bench a little bit. Attack mode engaged tonight for the Bulldogs in this one, as that was a big key to their win against the Cyclones in the first matchup. Baldwin went 18 of 29 at the free throw line. Ottawa just 5 out of 11 in that first matchup. That's your State Farm Insurance game plan, brought to you by Codiano at State Farm Insurance. Stop by, grab a cup of coffee, meet the team, and let Cody meet you and get to know you so he can craft a game plan to help protect the people and things that you value most at State Farm Insurance. Go see him at 208 Baker Street in Baldwin, or call 785-594-0270, or go online to codyismyagent.com. We're going to take another quick timeout, it looks like, for the national anthem coming up here in a moment. And when we come back from the anthem, we'll get you tonight's starting lineups of this ball game as well, as the Bulldogs are on the road to take on the Ottawa Cyclones. It's all coming up right after this on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. One hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it for you.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
We are back live in Ottawa tonight, getting set for the opening tip of Baldwin and Ottawa. It's time to take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They are brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. Go ahead and scan that QR code for the boys basketball digital program as well while you're at it, and get all the latest and greatest, always updated after every game, stats, pictures, all kinds of information, senior spotlights. Great resource there, great fun to check out. So scan that QR code. Here's your starters for Ottawa. Aiden McCullough, he's their star of this team, a freshman only, but he is a good one. Austin Curtis, Carter Hepner, and Caleb Hepner. The sophomores can really shoot from the outside, and then Carter Mason as well to round out that lineup for the Cyclones. Cliff McCullough, the head coach, Evan Schaefer, and Spencer Feldkamp, the assistants for the 8 and 9 Ottawa Cyclones, who have won 3 of their last 4. For the Bulldogs, Joey Zimbecki to start tonight, averaging 8 points per game for the Dogs. Riker Grossner, 6'3" junior, the leading rebounder of the team, 7 boards, 7.5 points a game. Cooper Carr, second of the team in scoring and in assists at 9 points, 3.5 assists per game. Caleb Carr, their leading scorer at 17 tonight, leads the team in assists with 5 per game, also leads the team in steals with 3 per game. And Sam Darnell, the Bulldogs big man at 6'4", averages 10 points, 6.5 rebounds per game. The head coach of the Bulldogs is Donnie Blanchett, assisted by Pete Carr, Drew Tribaum, and Jackson Blakely. The Bulldogs 14-3, ranked number 7 in 4A. Ottawa 8 and 9. Coming into this matchup. Your starting lineups brought to you by the Lumberyard Arts Center. As you take a look now at their upcoming lineup, check out these events and more at lumberyardartscenter.org. Don't wait, get your tickets for that high school jazz band performance at the Lumberyard Arts Center. That's coming up next Tuesday and Wednesday. It's not a Patrick Mahomes jazz bath, Caden Carbajo, but it is a Baldwin High School jazz band. No word on whether Mahomes will make an appearance or not. I'm guessing not.
That's funny.
Starting lineups, and that means it's time for hoops. There's the Bulldogs huddled up. Last words of encouragement from this group as they get set to look to sweep the Cyclones for the first time in a season since 2007. A 66-43 win earlier this year for the Bulldogs on their home floor against an Ottawa team that was young and still kind of trying to find their way. But with 2 sophomores and a freshman in this starting lineup, they have certainly found their rhythm as of late. The opening tip brought to you by the Baldwin City Recreation Commission. They want you to join their team. Summer positions are hiring now. Umpires, concession stand workers, soccer officials, lifeguards, summer camp counselors, park maintenance workers, and more opportunities. BaldwinRec.org is where you can go to apply, or stop by downtown at 705 High Street. Tell them the Baldwin Sports Live crew sent you in looking for some work. Mason on the block for the Cyclones. Outside Hepner. Can't let the Hepners get loose, and you certainly can't let McCullough get loose from the outside. These guys are shooting it with a lot of confidence right now. coming off of a game where they put up 67 points and knocked down 12 threes on Tuesday night in the win over Paola, but they turned it over on their opening possession. They did that only 11 times against the Bulldogs in the first matchup, so they really did a decent job taking care of the basketball. They just didn't shoot it very well. 4 of 17 from 3, 5 of 11 at the free throw line. They shot just 32% overall in that 23-point loss. You have to expect on their home floor and with the confidence they're playing with, they're going to shoot the ball better tonight. So the Bulldogs have to be solid in this one if they want to pick up the road victory. There's Cooper Carr stepping into a 15-footer, and the bank's open late in Ottawa tonight. The Bulldogs on top to start this game on the freshman's bucket. Got 2 really good freshmen going at it in this game tonight with McCullough for Ottawa and Cooper Carr for Baldwin. There's Cooper down low to rip up another steal for the Bulldogs. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for Ottawa. We'll see if the Bulldogs can make it 2 possessions, 2 buckets on their end. Cooper averaging 9 points per game, has the 2 so far. He'll give it up to his brother Caleb Carr. Caleb lobbing inside to Darnell, knocked away by Curtis. Out of bounds, Baldwin basketball. Grosvenor will inbound. Baldwin on their second possession of the game. Looking to add to a 2-0 lead. Carr on the drive, dish to Darnell, extra pass into the corner. Now Cooper drives. Caleb from the short corner, up top to Sam. Knocked away by Hepner. Caleb tracks it down, and then Baldwin will reset things. Patient possession here for the Bulldogs. Trying to work it till they get that great shot they're looking for, and instead Cooper Carr is called for a travel. Two minutes into the opening quarter, Baldwin by 2 with Ottawa bringing it up. They've turned it over on both of their possessions so far. Carter Hepner into the corner for Curtis. Lob up top to McCullough. His first touch of the night, working against Cooper. Back out to Curtis in the corner. 3 is way short. Darnell the rebound, and Sam wants to run, then decides better of it. Pulls it up. Long outlet up to Zimbecki. Wraps the pass to Caleb. Carr working one's way, comes back the other, leans in, but can't get it to go. Rebound by Mason. Carter Hepner now in the front court. Out to his brother Caleb Hepner on the wing. Mason on the elbow. Curtis out of the corner. Long skip to McCullough. Quickly inside Mason. Bounce pass behind Caleb Hepner. Got it back from Carter Hepner though. Here's a 3 on the way, and it's good. So Carter Hepner knocks down a 3, and there you go. What we talk about? Hand down, man down. Go look back at that one. No hand up guarding it, and Hepner drilled it. Ottawa on top for the first time tonight. Darnell doubled, kicked it out to avoid the turnover, and Cooper Carr's 3 misses. Grosvenor with an offensive rebound for Baldwin. Second chance, Zimbecki off the mark. That ball may have been hit by Hepner. Saved by Darnell, but he throws it off the back of the glass. Ottawa gets a stop. They've got the ball up by 1 with 4:47 to go. Hasn't felt like we've played nearly half the first quarter already, but we've had some long possessions on both sides to start this game. Hepner gives it up to Caleb Hepner. Back to Carter. Curtis out to set the screen. He'll pull up for 3, and he hits another one. So Carter Hepner with a pair of trays here in the opening quarter for Ottawa. Caleb Carr has it taken away by Caleb Hepner, up to Carter Hepner, who has all 8 for Ottawa, and the Cyclones on an 8-0 run lead at 8-2. Lots of Carters and Calebs out on the floor tonight. 2 Carters, 2 Calebs, a Cooper. This is Cooper. Bingo! 3 ball from Cooper Carr, who has all 5 for Baldwin. Three-point game with 3:40 to play in the quarter. Curtis rebounded by Caleb Hepner. Out to McCullough. 3-pointer on the way, missing. And a foul on Austin Curtis. He was holding down the defenders, so Curtis picks up his first. Team's first. Talon Torres checks in for Baldwin, replaces Zembecki. Torres has started a bunch of games this year. He's coming off 2 scoreless games in his last 3. First 2 scoreless games of the year for him, so let's see if they can get him rolling again offensively tonight. Trying to set up an assist here, and he does as Grossner ties the game. Both teams coming out firing threes, a pair each, and we're tied at 8. Grossner coming off his first scoreless game of the year. Granted, he was under the weather in that game against Royal Valley. Didn't play as many minutes, didn't play as big a role, so looks like he's back over that sickness and ready to rock and roll tonight with a big 3 there. Mason underneath against Darnell, can't finish. Curtis the rebound, his putback misses. Mason again missing, and the Bulldogs lucky to clear that one without giving up anything after 2 point-blank misses or 3 point-blank misses. Torres in the corner will pass it up. They'll swing it back around. Caleb Carr now on the drive. Up top, Cooper Carr. Behind the back, inside, scoops it off the glass to no avail. Mason clears it. Tied at 8 with 2:20 to go in the quarter. Curtis from the corner. Back to Carter Hepner, who has all 8 for Ottawa in this opening period. Hand off to McCullough. Mason from the corner, and that's on the mark. Well, he's probably, of all the guys out there, he's the one you probably most are okay with taking threes. But I tell you what, Ottawa is shooting it like a different team right now. They've made 3 of them in this first quarter. They made 4 all game against the Bulldogs in their first matchup. That was a 23-point win for Baldwin. Cooper Carr, why not another one? Offensive rebound by Grossner, who leads the team in rebounding this year. Cannot get it out of his hands, though, successfully. And now Cooper Carr ties up Hepner. It will stay with Ottawa, but Cooper's had a couple of nice hustle defensive plays. He'll check out for Zembecki. Braden Statham checks in for Baldwin as well, replacing Grossner. Jonathan Van Staten and Owen Blaine, along with Aiden Michael, all come in for Ottawa. An 11-8 lead for the Cyclones, who have knocked down 3 threes in this quarter. Made 12 trays on Tuesday night in the win against Paola. Inside to Michael. Almost threw it away, trying to get it out to the wing. Now it's Hepner stepping into a long 2. Battle for the rebound, and Statham tracks it down for Baldwin. Gets it into the hands of his point guard, Caleb Carr. Zembecki back to Carr as Caleb will set things up here. Averages 17 points and 5 assists per game. Top mark on the team in both categories. Zembecki pulls up off the dribble, misses the 3 left iron. Owen Blaine the rebound for Ottawa. Cyclones with it up 3, under a minute to go in the quarter. Blaine taking off on the dribble, kicks it back out to Michael. And now Van Staten pulls it back near midcourt. Lost to Baldwin for the first time since 2009, back in January. Have not lost twice to Baldwin since 2007. Owen Blaine off of the bench with a 3. So they've matched their 3-point output from game 1 against the Bulldogs in 1 quarter tonight. 14-8 Cyclones. Under 10 seconds to go in the quarter, and Caleb Carr has it stolen by Van Staten up to wide open Carter Hepner. And they steal a late 2 here to close out the quarter. 16-8 Ottawa after 1 on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
16-8 lead for Ottawa as we head to the second quarter. Cyclones pick it up right where they left off on Tuesday night when they had a barrage of three-pointers and a 37-point win over Paola. They hit 4 of them in the opening quarter of this one. An 8-point lead. They had a late 2 off of a Baldwin turnover as well. They turned the Bulldogs over 4 times in that opening 8 minutes. Carr to Darnell at the high post. Now to Grosner in the corner. He's hit a 3 already, and now he's hit 2. That one rattled around and down. And the Bulldogs trying to match three-point shots with Ottawa tonight. The Dogs have now hit 3 of their own. Inside to Mason. He'll get it back out to Caleb Hepner, and he joins the three-point party by knocking one down from the corner. 19-11 Ottawa. And another loose ball taken back by the Cyclones. Hepner pushes into the corner for Carter. Pulls up, mid-range 2 is short. Grosner with a rebound, and he's fouled by Hepner. Second team foul. It's the first on Carter Hepner. 7:01 to go in the second quarter. It's 19-11 Cyclones. They're scoring at a whole different clip than when the Bulldogs played on the first time around. Inside, Darnell powers it up but missed it. McCullough clears the board. Double-double on Tuesday night for Aiden McCullough with 17 points and 12 rebounds. Mason inside, back to the basket up top to McCullough, who has yet to score in this one. Curtis skips it across to McCullough, quickly into Mason, who's deep in the paint. A nice cut by Caleb Hepner, and he's set up by Mason for an easy deuce, and it's a 10-point lead for Ottawa. Zembecki catch and shoot on the wing. Mason the rebound. Hepner up top. Carter Hepner swings to Mason. Student section imploring Carter Mason to shoot it. Why not? Right now, everything going down for the Cyclones. Coming off of back-to-back 67-plus point games, and they are on pace to put up another big number tonight. On the year, the Cyclones averaging 51 points per game. Baldwin averaging 61.5 points per game. A patient possession here ends in a turnover. Carr on the steal. Zembecki drives, runs out of room. Around it goes to Cooper Carr. He takes off of the baseline, gets it off the glass, and spins it in. 7 first-half points from Cooper Carr, and it's an 8-point game with 5 to go in the half. Hepner guarded by Zembecki, who knocked it free. It'll stay with Ottawa. Blaine and Van Staden back into the Cyclones. Torres and Statham return for the Bulldogs. Hepner, downhill drive, stolen away by Caleb Carr. All-time steals leader at Baldwin High School, has another couple of them here in this quarter. Missed layup, but Cooper Carr with the offensive rebound. To Grosner, up to Torres. Riker wants it back in the corner. How about 3 of them from Riker Grosner? 9 points in a half, all from beyond the arc. All set up with an offensive rebound by Cooper Carr. And the Bulldogs are back within 5 after trailing by 10 a moment ago. Curtis, tough shot over Grosner, doesn't get it. Caleb the rebound. Carr into the front court. Bulldogs with some momentum back, trying to trim this back down to a one-possession game here. Midway through the second quarter. Statham all alone on the block. Back up top, Grossner kicks it to Carr. He drives, scoops it off the window and in. First bucket for Caleb of the night. The Bulldogs' leading scorer at 17 points a game forces an Ottawa timeout as the Bulldogs have gone on a 7-0 run to close the gap to 3 with 3:58 left to play in this second quarter. Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. Your local Baldwin City brokers are Shad and Penny Shelton, natives of Goodland, Kansas. Now in the Baldwin area for the past 10 years, experts in selling rural homes, ranches, farms, and recreational real estate. They built a successful business by managing their own farm and hunting lodge and want to use their expertise to help you find your next dream property. Give them a call at 785-821-2666 or visit HaydenOutdoors.com to learn more. 3:58 to go first half. 21-18 Ottawa. One tie, one lead change so far. Baldwin had the opening lead at 2-0. An 8-0 run by Ottawa gave them the lead. Baldwin tied it at 8 for Ottawa, then retook the lead, and they've had it ever since, leading by as many as 10 earlier in this quarter. Three-pointers have been going down at a high clip for both sides. Baldwin's knocked down 4 threes in the game. Ottawa, they have answered back with 5 threes of their own. Cooper Carr to the corner for Torres. And the Bulldogs turn it over again. A foul then after the steal. It'll be their 6th turnover, but just their first foul of the game. It's called on Cooper Carr. Caleb Carr back in along with Sam Darnell. 3:13 to go. First half here from Ottawa. A 3-point Cyclone lead. And the Clones have the ball coming back with Jonathan Van Staten bringing it up. Blaine trying to bounce it into McCullough, turns it over. 5th turnover now for the Cyclones. Caleb Carr, drive and kick. Zimbecki for the tie. Rebounded by Darnell. Out to Torres. Back inside, Darnell. Up top to Grossner, who's been hot in this first half. Passed on an opportunity there. Caleb won't pass on it, and Caleb ties the game at 21 all. A 10-0 Baldwin run after they had fallen behind 21-11. But a 5th three now from the Bulldogs. Both teams have knocked down 5 threes in this opening half. Blaine for the high post, out to McCullough, who's been shut out so far. Into Blaine, right-hand hook, high float and in. Ending the 10-0 Baldwin run. Back to a 2-point lead for the Cyclones. Pass trying to go inside to Darnell, but it's lost out of bounds for the 7th Bulldog turnover. Cooper Carr back in, replacing Talon Torres with 2:01 to go in the half. Good pace to this first half. Both teams shooting the ball well, and not many stoppages for fouls. Just 2 fouls on Ottawa, 1 foul on Baldwin so far. Blaine with 5 off of the bench, gets it inside to McCullough, trying to lean into some contact, didn't get it to go, didn't get the whistle either. Darnell the rebound, the Bulldogs quickly push it up. Zimbecki hanging in the air and kissing it in for his first hoop, and we're tied at 23. Hepner pulls the trigger, rattles out the 3. The rebound is tipped to Blaine, swatted by Darnell. Good defensive play by Darnell, and then Owen Blaine commits the foul. What an effort by Darnell. First foul on Owen Blaine, 3rd team foul on the Cyclones. 1:27 to go in the half. Baldwin will have it back with a chance to grab the lead. In comes Cole McGrath for the first time, a 6'1 sophomore checking in for the Cyclones. Pass tipped out of bounds. Bounced into Cooper Carr, who's had a nice start to this game with 7 points. He and Grossner have both been hot to start. Grossner has a team-high 9. His pass deflected out. Quickly to the corner, Caleb Carr on the drive. A lot of contact and an offensive foul. McCullough draws the charge. First foul on Caleb Carr is their second team foul on their 8th turnover. One minute, 5 seconds left here in this second quarter. Baldwin used a 10-0 run to erase a 10-point deficit in this second quarter. Tie game now as McCullough sets it up for Blaine. Tough follow away, and that rattles off. Grossner the rebound. Caleb Carr in transition. Another collision. This time it's a blocking foul. Owen Blaine is charged with his second, and that will put Caleb Carr at the line for 2 shots. Carr on the year, a 67% shooter, gets there a ton. 67, or make that 70 out of 104 on the year. Both by far and away the top marks on the team. Leading scorer at 17 points per game, misses the first of 2 foul shots. Carter Mason back into the game for Blaine, who just picked up that second foul. 0 for 2. Ottawa will be patient. I'm sure they're wanting to hold for the final shot. Trying to take a lead into the locker room. Worst case scenario, go in tied. See if Baldwin can turn them over here late. McGrath does turn it over. 19 seconds left in the half. Now a tie-up, though, and Ottawa's going to get it back. So the Cyclones dodge a bullet. They'll still have possession with 17 seconds left. Carter Hepner controls it. 10 points to lead all scorers in the game. Bounces it into Mason. Trying to power up against Darnell. Can't finish it. McCullough on the putback doesn't go, but he's fouled. So Aiden McCullough will go to the line for 2 shots. He has not scored in the first half. Baldwin has done an excellent job taking him out of this offense for Ottawa. He has been their top gun lately. He had 17 on Tuesday night in the win against Paola. He led the Cyclones with 13 against the Bulldogs in their first matchup. That's his first point of the night. And it gives Ottawa the lead with just 2 seconds left in the half. A foul on Carter Mason on the rebound. Good news for Ottawa, that's just their 5th. Bad news is it's a foul on their big guy, Mason. Granted, it's only his first, but now Baldwin with 1.5, a chance for one last heave here to end the half. Grossner throws it into the front court. Darnell to Zimbecki, got it off in time, just missed it. It was right on line, but a bit strong. 24-23, Ottawa leads by 1 at the half. It's the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show coming up next on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome to the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. 24-23, another good one. We had a close game throughout in the girls' game earlier tonight. Baldwin overcoming a 5-point halftime deficit to come back and win that game, 49-42. And now the Baldwin boys, for the second straight game, are going to have to try to come from behind in a halftime deficit to win. Granted, it's only a 1-point halftime deficit, but here they are down 24-23 at the break, and we'll try to do it for a fourth time this year. Or for a fifth time this year. They're 4-2 this year when they trail at the half. So surprisingly, that's a pretty darn good record with a halftime deficit. Try to get to 5-2 with this one tonight as we are at the break. 3 ties, 1 lead change in that first half. And a 24-23 Ottawa lead thanks to an Aiden McCullough free throw, his only point of the first half. There were 2 seconds left in the half to give them this 1-point lead. Halftime show is brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. There to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. So, 1-point game. It was a 10-point game earlier in this second quarter. Ottawa led 21-11. They led 16-8 at the end of the first quarter. It was an 8-0 run by the Cyclones to end the first quarter. They built that into a 13-3 run overall from the end of the first, start of the second quarter to go up by 10. But then Baldwin answered with a 10-0 run of their own to tie the game at 21. And then back and forth, last couple of buckets, a 1-point game here at the break, 24-23, as the 14-3 Bulldogs trail the 8-9 Cyclones by 1. We'll take a timeout and hear from Farm Bureau and then come back with your first half numbers. 1-point game here at the break. Ottawa 24, Baldwin 23. Right back with your first half stats after this word from Farm Bureau.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Halftime here in Ottawa tonight, 24-23 is our score. It's the Ottawa Cyclones on top by 1 as we check the first half numbers. Brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services. The Cyclones led by Carter Hepner, who was red hot to start this game. Hepner had 10 first quarter points. He did not score in the second quarter, but he's still the game's leading scorer tonight with 10 points overall. Aiden McCullough just 1. Bulldogs keeping him without a field goal. His only point was with 2 seconds left in the half on a free throw. So just 1.1 rebound in that first half from McCullough, who's coming off a 17-point, 12 rebound effort on Tuesday night. Owen Blaine added 5 off of the bench. Caleb Hepner added 5, and Carter Mason with 3 for the Cyclones, who knocked down 5 first half three-pointers. Baldwin, though, answered with 5 first half threes of their own, 3 of them from Riker Grossner, who leads the Bulldogs with 9 points here at the break. Grossner also leading all players with 5 rebounds at the half, so nice start to this game for Grossner. Cooper Carr added 7 points for the Bulldogs, 5 from Caleb Carr, and then 2 from Joey Zembecki rounds out the Bulldogs scoring. Darnell adding 4 rebounds rather in that first half, but didn't get in the scoring column for the Bulldogs. They too made 5 threes. The Bulldogs turned it over 8 times. Ottawa with 5 turnovers. Free throw line was non-existent for the most part. Baldwin 0 for 2. Ottawa 1 for 2 in that first half. And it is a 1-point game here at the break. So it has been close throughout. We expect the second half to probably stay the same. We thought Ottawa would shoot the ball better tonight than they did the first time when they played Baldwin. They certainly have. Baldwin, 8 first-half turnovers. Don't want to see that number hit that mark in the second half. Going to have to cut that number down a little bit, and going to have to continue to defend those three-point shooters for the Cyclones. Some good looks that the Cyclones had. They made some tough ones too, but if they're going to make some tough ones, don't let them get some easy ones on top of it. But the Bulldogs down only 1. This is not unfamiliar territory to the Dogs. They have trailed at the half. This is now the 7th time this year they have trailed at the half. You don't necessarily say that a lot about a team that's 14-3, but that's what they've been able to do, is come back and win games. They are never out of a ball game. And tonight, certainly only in a 1-point game. It is obviously not out of this game by any stretch, but just the point being that they have been a good second half team, the Bulldogs have. So we'll see if they can keep deficit into a 5th win this year when trailing at the break. 14-3 Baldwin, down by 1 here to the 8-9 Cyclones. Buckle up for a good second half. The Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show brought to you by Kelly Neufeld and his team, proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and they would love to be there to support you and your financial future as well. 785-594-1055. That's the number to give them a call and settle a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team. Second half starts next here on Baldwin Sports Live.
Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
We're off the second half here tonight in Ottawa. 24-23 lead for the Cyclones. Take a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule here on Baldwin Sports Live. Just 2 games left in the regular season. Next week, doubleheaders on Tuesday and Friday for the boys and girls. Tuesday night at Jeff West up in Meriden. We'll have the games for you. Girls start around 6, boys to follow. And then Friday night, the regular season home finale as the Bulldogs will host Bonner Springs. Should be some good basketball there in Baldwin on Friday night, 1 week from tonight. So if you can't make it out, I encourage you to come and get out to the gym next Friday night and watch the Bulldogs in person. It's going to be some good basketball. But if you can't make it, and we got you covered, you can watch the game right here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. If you are ever wondering when's that next broadcast coming up, you can go to varsitysportslive.com, or you can just subscribe to the Baldwin City Community News and check your paper. Our upcoming broadcast schedules in those Baldwin City Community News weekly newspapers, and it's only $5 a month to subscribe to the Baldwin City Community News to stay up to date with all the latest community events, local news, local happenings, your local sports, everything local. It's the Baldwin City Community Newspaper. It's just $5 a month to subscribe. And you can do so downtown at the Nook, 703 8th Street. Stop by and say, hey, I want to get that newspaper, and they'll get you all hooked up for just $5 a month. So the Bulldogs down 1 as we take a look now as well at our State Farm Insurance game plan tonight for the Bulldogs. Hand down, man down. We've seen that happen a couple of times. Got to be better in the second half. Cannot give open shots to these Cyclones from the arc. Got to be on the catch with a hand in the face. Don't wait for him to get in the shooting motion. Just be there right away. Close out, hands high, and get that hand up and hand down, man down. We don't want to see that. Attack mode engaged. They were doing a good job in that first half on the pace. Only shot 2 free throws, though. Part of that was just how the game was officiated. They were letting them play, and both sides that is. And we only had 7 total fouls called in that first half. Ottawa whistled for 5. Baldwin only whistled for 2. So it was a good pace in that first half. If it stays that same way, well, you maybe not going to be able to get to the free throw line, but I still want to see the Bulldogs in attack mode. Get downhill, drive and kick. If it's there, you got a couple of guys shooting the ball well in that first half. Cooper Carr and Riker Grosner. Grosner leading the Bulldogs with 9 points. Carter Hepner leads the Cyclones with 10. It's both Carter and Caleb Hepner along with Aiden McCullough, Carter Mason and Austin Curtis for the Clones. And Cooper and Caleb Carr, Sam Darnell, Riker Grosner, and Joey Zembecki on the floor for the Bulldogs. Baldwin with the ball to start the half, and right away they'll take the lead back as Caleb Carr lays it in to put Baldwin on top by 1. So Caleb now with 7 points in this one. Hasn't been his best offensive night so far in this game. Had a couple of turnovers, and they've made it tough on him. And speaking of, here come the Bulldogs off the theft. It's Grosner coast to coast and a blocking foul. 2 shots coming up for Riker. But even on a night when Caleb doesn't necessarily score much, he just orchestrates the offense, and he's been known to go on big spurts once he gets rolling, so perhaps the second half will be that for him. Grosner's had a nice night, 9 points, 5 boards so far. He's at the line with 2 shots coming. Aiden McCullough was called for the foul, his first, and Grosner now into double figures. For just the 3rd time this year, he's been a very steady scorer for the Bulldogs. He averages 7.5 points per game, but has only been in double digits now 3 times. 14 against Lewisburg, that's his career high. He had 12 against Tonganoxie. And now 10 tonight. That's a foul on Cooper Carr in the backcourt, his second. Two-point Bulldog lead. McCullough, no field goals yet in the game. Gives it up to Mason. Inside, trying to go to Curtis. It's thrown out of bounds, and Baldwin takes over. The Cyclones started the game with a couple of quick turnovers. They started the second half with a couple of quick turnovers. They settled in after that, though, in that first half, led by as many as 10. Down 2 right now, though, are the Cyclones. They have won 3 of their last 4. Baldwin comes in, winners of 5 straight. One of the second 14-plus win season in the last 15 years for Baldwin. Picked up that notch with the win against Royal Valley. They're high during that stretch, 18 wins back in the 13-14 season. Here's Grosner from the wing, and his hot night continues. 13 now from Riker Grosner, who's hit 4 times from downtown, and the Bulldogs lead it by 5, largest lead of the night for Baldwin. McCullough. Tip try by McCullough, and he'll get it on the second chance. First bucket of the night for Aiden McCullough. Led the Cyclones with 13 against Baldwin in that 23-point Bulldog victory back on January 10th. First Baldwin win since 2009 against Ottawa. Trying to sweep the Cyclones tonight for the first time since 2007. That block shot goes out of bounds off of Darnell, so Ottawa takes over, down 3 with 5:52 to go in the third. Mason for the high post. Now Caleb Hepner gets it in the corner. They'll repost to Mason. Banging inside with Darnell. Back out it comes to Curtis. Trying to get it back to a guard. He does to Hepner. Hands off to Caleb Hepner now. Driving downhill. Missed the layup though, and Riker Grosner with a rebound. Caleb Carr in transition for the Bulldogs. Darnell hands it right back to Caleb. Now Zembecki. Swung it back around to Caleb Carr. 5 to go in the third. Grosner into the corner. Zembecki back to the wing. Grosner will let another one fly. Wide open look. Missed that one, but Darnell is there for an uncontested offensive rebound and a stick back. First bucket for Darnell coming on a second chance opportunity. Lead back to 5 with 4:40 to go in the third. McCullough driving, dumps it off to Mason. Kicks it out to Hepner. If he was about 3 feet closer, he may have caught and shot, but he was a little deep. McCullough looked like an extra step out to Curtis, and he missed the three. Mason, offensive rebound for Ottawa. And a foul on the entry pass. Sam Darnell picks up his first. Only the third whistle against the Bulldogs in this game. Blaine and Van Staten back in for Ottawa. Van Staten will put it into play for the Cyclones, who trail by 5 after leading by as many as 10 in the first half. Caleb Hepner on the blow-by, got around Zimbecki and lays it in. 3-point game. Darnell with a double catch. Zimbecki from 3. It's good out of the corner for Joey Zimbecki. 34-28. That's 6 3-pointers now from Baldwin. They have been up to task answering the 3-point barrage that Ottawa put on them early in this game. Now Baldwin has actually outscored Ottawa from the 3-point line by 3. 6 for the Bulldogs, 5 for the Cyclones, and there's an offensive foul on Jonathan Van Staten away from the basketball. His first and the second team foul. Talon Torres back in for Baldwin. Baldwin's 6-point lead right now, their biggest of the night. Dangerous one-hand skip pass. It got deflected, but ended up in the arms of the target, Torres. Another dangerous skip pass. This time it does not get to the target. Blaine on the steal. Hepner on the drive. And the second time he's been able to get inside and score. He'll have a 3-point opportunity. 9 points now from Caleb Hepner as the Hepner brothers, Carter and Caleb, have combined for 19 of the 30 for Ottawa. And he makes it a 3-point game with 3:17 to play here in the third quarter. Both Carter and Caleb Hepner now with 10 apiece. Deflection on the entry. Oh no, Darnell I think rolled an ankle. Darnell comes up gimpy. That left ankle may have rolled when he was going for that ball on the tip. It looked like he and Cooper Carr got tangled. So Statham will come in. Darnell gets himself off the floor, but they will take a look at the Bulldogs. Big man Sam Darnell, second leading rebounder, third leading scorer for the Dogs this year, averages 10 points, 6.5 rebounds a game. 2 points, 5 boards so far tonight. 3-point Bulldog lead. Contested pull-up by Cooper Carr, misses. Strong rebound there by Owen Blaine, and the Cyclones have it back down by 3. Caleb Hepner on the drive. This time cannot spin it in, and Grossner clears it for Baldwin. Caleb weaving through defenders, had it knocked away and stolen. It's Caleb Hepner back the other way. Dumps it to Owen Blaine, and he banks it in. And pulled within 1 have the Cyclones on a 5-0 spurt. Torres misses the 3, rebounded by Caleb Hepner. A 1-point game here for the Cyclones, a chance to take the lead back. And it's Van Staten on the drive, but missing it. Grossner clears his 8th rebound for Baldwin. And timeout Bulldogs with 1:59 left to play in the third. Baldwin on top by 1, 34-33. We're back in a moment here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Bulldog basketball brought to you in part by the Bullpen in Baldwin City, downtown Baldwin City. They want you to come check out their Wildcat Wednesday specials. Come sing with them on Thursdays, karaoke Thursdays. Enjoy the classic ballpark food. Open 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and then on Sundays from 10 to 8. Get your sports fix on all the TVs. You watch the Bulldogs even down there at the Bullpen. 34-33. The Dogs by 1 with under 2 to go in the third quarter. Down 10 in the first half. Baldwin was down 1 to start the second half. And now they turn it over for the 11th time, and it gives Ottawa a chance to retake the lead. Blaine does just that from the corner. 10 points off of the bench for Owen Blaine, and that three makes it 36-34 Ottawa. It's an 8-0 run now for the Cyclones after Baldwin built their largest lead of the night at 34-28. Caleb up top to Torres, and he turns it over. Blaine, who's been big off of the bench tonight, gets that layup to somehow go. He just kind of volleyball tapped that one up there after it looked like the Bulldogs had knocked it free. 12 points now from Owen Blaine. A minute to go in the third. A 10-0 run has put Ottawa up by 4. Becky needs help, and he's bailed out by Van Staden, who reaches in and fouls him. Second foul on Jonathan Van Staden, third foul against Ottawa. Cooper Carr back in for Torres. Baldwin needs a bucket here before this quarter's out. I don't want to head into the fourth with this 10-0 run still lingering. Caleb's floater is short. McCullough the rebound. And Ottawa wants to hold for the final shot. Wisely up by 4 here on the 10-0 run right now. If there's ever a time to force a turnover and get a late run out for an easy bucket, this would be it. Clock underneath a 10. Hepner to Blaine. Fall away for the elbow is short. Offensive rebound and a stick back by McCullough. A 12-0 run for Ottawa to close out the third quarter, and the Cyclones lead this one 40-34 as we go to the fourth on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
40-34 Ottawa on top of Baldwin. Start of the fourth quarter. Been a great game tonight. 3 ties, 3 lead changes. Ottawa on a 12-0 run as we start this fourth quarter, and they in a decent runner look there, but come up empty. And Baldwin needs a bucket. They've gone now 3 minutes without scoring. Trailed by 10 in the first half. Led by as many as 6 in the third quarter did Baldwin, but now down back by 6. And it is Darnell back on the floor. He rolled an ankle there late in that third quarter. Back out there with the Bulldogs. They need him on that interior. A couple of late rebounds for Ottawa hurt the Bulldogs. It's a one-and-done trip there for Baldwin. Hepner slowly brings it back up for Ottawa. They like to play fast, but they're going to, I'm sure, start pulling the reins back a little bit now with this 6-point lead, trying to close out a win in the final 7 minutes. Skip to Hepner, inside to Mason. Working against Darnell, nothing there for it. Back up top to McCullough, who's been quiet tonight, just 5 points. Mason drives and misses. Cooper Carr with another Bulldog rebound. Quick outlet to Caleb Carr. He's on the run and gets the layup to go. That's 9 from Caleb Carr. And that ends that 12-0 run by Ottawa. It's a 4-point game with 6.5 to go. Hepner. Entry to Curtis. Back out to Caleb Hepner. Floats it with the right hand. It rims off, and Darnell clears the glass for Baldwin. Darnell is still not feeling that great as he hobbles up the floor, coming down on that ankle. He is gutting it out right now. Grossner for 3, off the mark. Mason the rebound for Ottawa. Caleb Hepner pushes it back up. Gets it to McCullough, goes right inside to Curtis. And that is an offensive foul on Austin Curtis as he leaned the shoulder into Grossner, commits his second foul, the 4th team foul, and 8th turnover on the Cyclones, who greet the officials with a chorus of boos on that call. 5:55 to go. Baldwin down 40-36. The Bulldogs with the ball. Darnell hobbles out of the game, and Statham comes back in for the Bulldogs. Zimbecki into the corner for Grossner, who's had a big game. 13 points tonight, 1 off of his career high. Caleb Carr, drive and kick to Cooper Carr. Back up top, it comes to Caleb. Now Grossner. 5.5 to go. Baldwin down 4. Statham out to set the high pick for Zimbecki. Fires into the corner for Caleb Carr. Drives inside, got McCullough in the air, trying to draw the foul on him, but they play on. Mason rebounds the miss. Just north of 5 minutes to go. Baldwin down by 4 as Ottawa works it in the front court. Taking the air out of the ball now. McCullough, drive and kick out to Caleb Hepner. Nothing there on the wings. Zimbecki defensively on him. Mason at the high post. Carter Hepner with a basket cut. Floater rims out though, and Caleb Carr rebounds it. How did that ball not go for Carter Hepner? Caleb Carr coast to coast. That's got to be a block. No, they're going to call it a charge. And it looked like Caleb was already in the air before Carter Hepner slid in to take what ultimately is ruled a charge on Caleb Carr. It's his second foul. 13th Bulldog turnover. And Hepner will bring it up for the Cyclones, who lead by 4 with 4:40 to go. McCullough inside to Caleb Hepner. Misses over top of Zimbecki, and then a foul on Ottawa. It's their 5th team foul. It's called on Caleb Hepner. It's his first personal. And here we are, 3 minutes and 33 seconds into the 4th quarter, and Ottawa has not scored. Baldwin has just 2 points. Both teams scoring at a pretty decent clip so far throughout this game, but not here in the 4th quarter. Ottawa has had a couple of close misses. Baldwin trying to work their way back. A game that they trailed by 10 points in earlier. Grossner, a new career high for the junior Riker Grossner, 16 points. He has been on fire tonight, his 5th three-pointer, and the Bulldogs are within 1 with under 4 to go in the game. What a night for Riker Grossner. Not only has he added the 16 points, but he has 8 rebounds as well. Looking for a first double-double maybe, and this ball is taken away by Grossner. He'll lead the break for the Bulldogs, who have a chance to take the lead back here. A 12-0 Ottawa run to close out the 3rd quarter took the Cyclones from down 6 to up 6. Baldwin now a chance to erase all of that and grab the lead back on this possession. Darnell working down the right lane line. Scoop to Grossner. 3-ball is off the mark, and Curtis rebounds for Ottawa. I like the look, especially for a guy who shot it as well as Grossner has tonight. Just doesn't get that one to go. Timeout Ottawa, 3:11 to go. Cyclones on top by 1, 40-39. You're watching Bulldog basketball presented by Hayden Outdoors on Baldwin Sports Live.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Bulldog basketball brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. If you're looking for a great job at the family-owned company in Baldwin City, then they'd love to hear from you. Send an email to jobs@riceprecision.com. Always looking to add skilled CNC machinists, CNC operators to their team. Other positions potentially available as well, with excellent pay, competitive benefit packages, and a climate-controlled work environment, along with a friendly support staff dedicated to the betterment of their employees at Rice Precision in Baldwin City. 3:11 to go. Ottawa 40, Baldwin 39. Three ties, 3 lead changes tonight. Ottawa's led by as many as 10. Baldwin's largest lead has been 6. Blaine working on a back down. Brings it back up, and they work it around to Hepner. Blaine's been big for the Cyclones in this game, and now they turn it over. Their 10th turnover of the game leads to a transition opportunity for the Bulldogs, and Caleb Carr will head to the free throw line. We'll have a chance to put the Dogs on top. A foul on Carter Hepner, his second, team 6th. 2 shots for Caleb Carr. The free throw line has pretty much been non-existent tonight for these two teams. Baldwin is 1 of 4. Ottawa is 2 out of 3. But a couple of big ones here for Caleb Carr, who, for his part, is 0 for 2 at the line, now 0 for 3. Caleb comes into the game a 67% free throw shooter, but 0 for 3 tonight, 9 points. He's been in double figures 16 of the 17 games this year, and now make it 17 of the 18. And he has tied this one up at 40 all. Ottawa has still not scored in this fourth quarter. We played now 5.5 minutes almost. They have not scored in the period after closing the third quarter on a 12-0 run. Blaine skips it to Van Staten. They've turned it over 3 times, though. There's a foul on Baldwin on the entry pass to McCullough. It's only the 4th team foul on Baldwin. Or check that, it's 5 now. And it's the 3rd on Cooper Carr. So the Bulldogs still with 1 foul to give. Tie game, 2:23 to play. Clock ticking down near 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, and Ottawa sitting on 0 points in the fourth period. Hepner trying to break down Zembecki. Joey doing a great job staying right there in front of him. Roll it back out. They'll reset. Now Blaine from the corner. Drives to the lane line. Gets it back out to McCullough. And a timeout, Ottawa. Now Cliff McCullough will use a timeout with 1:47 to go and see if he can't draw something up on a set play on an inbound, because the half-court offense not working right now for the Cyclones. They have yet to score in the fourth with 1:47 to go. We're all tied, 40 all here in Ottawa on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Second close game of the night. The girls' game came right down to the wire. Baldwin ended up winning that one by 7. Baldwin girls were down by 1 at the 1-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Outscored Ottawa 9-1 in the final minute to win that game by 7. And here we are with 1:47 to go in the boys' game, and we are all square, 40 apiece. Baldwin has the possession arrow in their favor. The Bulldogs are in the bonus. Ottawa will not be in the bonus until 2 fouls from now on Baldwin. 4 timeouts to go still for the Bulldogs, 2 remaining for the Cyclones. Ottawa has not scored in the fourth quarter. They led 40-34 entering this period. And now after 6.5 minutes, they're still sitting on 40. Baldwin just 6 points in the period, so they haven't given up their lead fully. They've allowed it to be tied up, and that's Cooper Carr picking up his 4th foul. And that is the Bulldogs' final foul to give. 16 fouls apiece now, so both teams will be in the bonus. Carter Hepner scored 10 first quarter points, has not scored since. He gives it up to Caleb Hepner, who also has 10. Those two leading the way on the offense, along with Owen Blaine, who has a dozen. 3 guys in double figures. Blaine, their leading scorer, did it off of the bench tonight. He has it now on the wing. A minute to go in the fourth. Tied at 40. Ottawa looks like they're going to go into a stall and hold for one shot. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Cliff McCullough putting up one finger, saying one shot, one shot. So without scoring, they have not scored in the entire quarter, and yet they're going to have a chance to win it if they can indeed get this held down to the final shot. Carr out to guard Van Staten. Baldwin doesn't want to foul necessarily because it would put Ottawa at the free throw line. Down to 24 seconds. Baldwin trying for a second win, a sweep of the Cyclones for the first time in a season since 2007. And Cliff McCullough is riding the official for a timeout. There it is. He was walking right on his hip, waiting for that clock to tick down to the point he wanted to use that timeout. He uses it with 12.6 seconds to go. And the Cyclones do have one timeout remaining, so if they find themselves in trouble here on the inbound, they do have one more timeout. And what will the Clones draw up here with 12.6 to go? A 40-40 ball game. It would have been hard-pressed to convince me at the start of the quarter that Ottawa would go the entire quarter without scoring and still have a chance to win this game, but that's where we are. Baldwin was down 40-34 to start this fourth quarter. The Bulldogs have scored 6 points only themselves in this fourth. But that 6 has been enough to tie this game up, and now Ottawa will be drawing up what they hope is a chance at a game-winning play here. And the Bulldogs, not only do they need to defend this shot well, but you've got to get a rebound. If either team fouls, we've got a free throw on the rebound, I mean, but obviously an offensive foul and a team control won't result in Baldwin free throws, but Baldwin does not want to foul. Ottawa does not want to foul on a rebounding situation. So Caleb Hepner will inbound it. Throws it into the backcourt to Carter Hepner. 10 seconds to go, tied at 40. Caleb Hepner again on the wing right side. Blaine out of the corner. Back up top, Carter Hepner has 2 seconds, pulls up and hits it. Carter Hepner with a game winner for the Ottawa Cyclones. 42-40 the final. And Ottawa with the court storming on a walk-off win. A big shot from the sophomore Carter Hepner, who had scored 10 points on the night up until that one. All 10 came in the first quarter, and he saves his best act for last at the buzzer. A winner for the Cyclones, 42-40. Ottawa improving to 9-9 and handing the Bulldogs their 4th loss of the year, ending Baldwin's 5-game winning streak. We're back to wrap it all up for you on the postgame show, including our Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game right after this.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
42-40 is the final tonight. Ottawa with a game winner from Carter Hepner to pick up a victory, their 4th in their last 5 games, and avoid being swept by the Bulldogs for the first time since 2007. They'll split the season series this year, and they do it in dramatic fashion. Carter Hepner with the game winner from the Cyclones to win this one 42-40. It's time to name tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game for the Bulldogs, and a career-high effort tonight, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Riker Grossner is tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today to set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. So Grossner is tonight's Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. We'll take a timeout, come back, and get you all the final numbers from this one right after this on Baldwin Sports Live.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
42-40 is your final here in Ottawa tonight. The Cyclones with a 2-point win on a Carter Hepner game winner at the buzzer. The only 2 points that the Cyclones scored in the 4th quarter, but it was just enough, and they win this one 42-40. After 4 ties, 3 lead changes, Ottawa led by as many as 10. Baldwin able to overcome that to take a 6-point lead before Ottawa went on a 12-0 run to close out the 3rd quarter. That put the Cyclones up by 6 going into the 4th. Baldwin got it tied up with 2:40 to go, but did not score again, and Ottawa's only points of the 4th quarter came at the buzzer on the Carter Hepner game winner. He ends up with 12 points, matching Owen Blaine, but the team high for the Cyclones. Caleb Hepner adding 10 as well. Carter Mason with 3, Aiden McCullough with 5 to round out the Cyclones scoring. And for the Bulldogs, a career-high 16 points from Riker Grossner leads the way tonight. He had 8 rebounds as well. Caleb Carr also in double figures with 10 tonight. Joey Zimbecki added 5. Cooper Carr with 7 and Sam Darnell with 2. But the Bulldogs fall 2 points short tonight, and they drop to 14-4. Their 5-game winning streak coming to an end, while the Cyclones have now won 4 of their last 5, and they have now, in the last 3 games, ended a 7-game winning streak by Bonner Springs and a 5-game winning streak by Baldwin. They have won now 3 in a row and 4 of their last 5. So they are playing some good basketball right now. They are now 9-9 overall. The final number is brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City, where they'll help you confidently tackle tax season this year. Timely, accurate, and reliable services, all at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Learn more at newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204. That'll wrap things up for us tonight from Ottawa, where the Bulldogs fall in the boys' game. The girls win tonight 49-42. The boys fall 42-40. And we will be back on the air next week, Tuesday, when the Bulldogs travel to Meriden to take on Jefferson West, and on Friday when they're back home to host Bonner Springs. Both games can be seen right here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you next week in Meriden. You've been watching Bulldog Basketball on Baldwin Sports Live.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.